Hello everyone and welcome back to Tabletop, Fables and Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y. I'm DM Cody and we're going to introduce ourselves starting with the person causing a commotion.
Hi, I'm Brett. I'm playing Professor Belvedere Montbank, a recent arrival and member of the Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y, looking to make money, power and survive the coming hell apocalypse.
G'day, I'm Blake. I'm playing Raz, a air genasi rogue, trying to... Well, probably... I don't know, his goals probably aren't that dissimilar from yours, except he's also trying to save everyone else around him at the same time.
I mean, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Survive everything, make sure other people survive as well, it's great.
Says the rogue of the party.
Somebody has to.
Speaking of helping people survive, we'll have Clary to... But my name is Matthew, and I play Plume of Smoke, or Smoke for short, a Tabashi nature cleric who's obsessed with finding a nice cool glass of milk and preaches love and peace above violence, but is in this world, this hell we're surviving in at the moment, becoming very conflicted about that.
And whether or not it's necessary.
Still pretty sure the most violent of the party.
I mean, I did decapitate that one guy recently.
And I remember the bar fight though, right?
Yeah, that was the bar fight.
Yeah. And I hope rolls for insight are the most fun.
I have made kebabs out of at least 3 people.
Yes, you have.
I've done nothing wrong ever.
Hey everyone, I'm Maddie, and I'm finally back again. It's been a while. I am playing as Clary de Brennider, a human trickery cleric who has recently returned to her original city of Baldur's Gate and is potentially reclaiming a manor.
Potentially, oh god. Running off the assumption we had access to that, oh dear.
So the three of you are walking through the streets after clearing out the Dungeon of the Dead 3's bathhouse. Sunlight's just breaking over the top of Baldur's Gate, lighting the building tops up, but most of it's still cast in shadow. Mortlock's still with you, and you're all heading to the manor.
Oh yeah, Mortlock.
I am very disappointed we had to give up those regalia.
Well, other people may need it more than we do.
Well, that Legion fellow seemed to need to be teleported away.
Oh yeah, the robot man.
Yes, the robot man.
He was fun.
Robot man?
That's what he called himself. I'm not. He looked similar to a warforged, but he said he wasn't one.
The giant golem made of metal.
Did I have my eyes closed again?
Yes.
You may have done, but you definitely interacted with him, so I don't know how you missed him.
Possibly this hat may have obscured my view just a little bit.
He was taller than you. He was taller than everyone by about a good foot.
Oh well, we best be off to get a nice cold cup of milk. I'm feeling rather thirsty. Lots of fighting, no drinking.
So you head through the streets. And
find a milk vendor.
You find no such thing. But you do see the Brennan mansion, and you see a couple of small flickering lights inside the windows.
I think someone's broken in.
Fairies?
Possibly. Did they have a summoning? So anyway, yeah, perhaps.
Shall we?
Sure.
I guess.
What the hell are you all talking about?
Fairies, of course.
I'm just loading a crossbow, just like all potential intruders, one or the other.
Hey, Professor, he touched you in the head.
Well, he has got that nice tattoo on his head. It was done by a being of power, so yes.
Oh, what have I gotten myself into? Fine, let's go.
What were you into before? I say to him as he walks off.
You just hear him, oh, it's fucking worse than this anyway.
Does Smoke hear that?
Yes.
Almost certainly.
Was it some sort of illegal, nefarious activity you've been up to?
Well, let's continue on then.
Well, I would assume that paying a cult to do your dirty work is illegal.
I never paid them a gold, not even a copper.
Oh, yes.
Neat.
One can't be held accountable for the actions of the family, I suppose.
That's not what Mom used to tell me.
You reach the gate.
That's I was going to say, that can be unpacked later. Oh boy.
Andy was not into that at all. Okay, you get to the gates and you see these small flickering lights from a couple of the upper stories.
I assume the gates are ajar of some description.
I know they seem completely locked.
Fucking. We don't have a key for them, do we?
No.
Well.
Can Smoke attempt to parkour over the top of them?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Roll an athletics check.
I'm so sad that we've already established that I can't levitate yet.
That's +2, 19.
Okay.
God damn.
Yep, you scale to the top. And as you do, you see under your paws there's some purple light emanating from the gate, and you get to the top and try to climb over, but there's just a wall that keeps going up made of magic.
Smoke hisses at the lights.
From the upper floor, you feel a resonance in your mind, and you know someone's trying to get into the gate.
Alright, I'm gonna just grab out my sword and head downstairs and just kind of let's stealth, let's go. Stealth it in my own home.
Yeah, I was like, is there a doorbell I can ring?
And that is a solid, let's see, what's my stealth?
You get buzzed in.
19.
Yep, you're
So I'm
pretty
gonna
stealthy.
just like hiding just in the hallway, just down there to see if I can kind of catch any intruders coming.
You see Gorda sort of waddle out wearing very unusual clothes for him. The full regalia of what he used to wear as a servant of the house. Very fine clothes. Doesn't look like it fits him right anymore, but wearing it that way feels like he should. He says, what's going on out there?
Potential intruders.
Probably just drunk idiots at this time of morning.
I think it's much.
Smoke
shall we go deal with
starts
them?
at the top.
I guess. Or we could try and ambush them if they try and come in and get any further.
They ain't getting past the magic gate.
Exactly, so why don't we just let them be?
Do you think you could try
Already past.
fumbling with the lock?
I can try.
You're arcane proficient, aren't you?
This
Probably not.
It's like, as I'm just watching him, like, what does that look like to us? Is there an actual magical wall going up, or is he just sort of like climbing on the spot at this point?
Well, as soon as you try to reach over, you don't have any claw, and you just see a purple light flash for a second, and his paw slips down to grab onto the top of the gate.
Ah, I see. Well, I mean, look, judging by that, it's probably not going to go particularly well for me, but I'm going to give it a go anyway.
That's fair. I take a few steps away. Yeah.
Well,
It's still technically possible.
I was going to say, you can let me do this or not?
What are you rolling for?
To pick it, I guess.
To pick an arcane lock with
Yes.
lock picking tools?
Presumably.
Alright, give it a shot.
20 more, actually. Hang on. No, not more. Where is it? Oh, you bastard, where is it? +9, +10, 24.
Yeah, you get your lock picking tools into the gate and you feel the latch open. The gates do swing a little bit, but they're sort of trapped almost like they're between two glass panes. So they're loose, but they aren't moving.
Well, I've made it ajar.
Excellent.
All I can do at this point.
Smoke's holding onto the top with a.
Yep.
Can Smoke continue to try to get over to the
I mean,
outside?
indefinitely while there's magic there.
Sure.
I did like the idea of trying the bell. Is there a cord around or something?
Oh yeah, a cord for a bell to let them know this business.
There's no bell on the outside. There looks like there is somewhere where one used to be, but this hasn't been kept for quite a while.
The lights upstairs, would Smoke know which, like, from the previous experience with the manor, would Smoke know which room that might be?
Have you had any experience with the manor?
I thought
We hadn't been there yet.
we
No.
haven't.
No.
You're planning to squat, but you
Yeah.
haven't actually
We
arrived.
never actually got there. Yeah.
I cast Minor Illusion and make the sound of a doorbell.
From inside, you hear what sounds like a ringing bell, and not quite like the one from your childhood, but similar. Living in this city for a while, you probably know what most of them sound roughly like. Starts playing La Cucaracha.
Smoke starts dancing.
On the gate.
That doesn't sound like our usual door, but I'm just gonna creak the door open slightly to have a look at how just like,
You see a tabaxi trying to scramble over a magic lock, and a couple of people at the bottom with a very large, almost half orc looking man, very broad shoulders, and a nose that looks like it's been punched more than once.
I'm just gonna swing open the door and go, Raz, I need my cloak back, thank you.
Well, you should probably let us in then.
Oh yes, Gordo. Can't be bothered moving from here.
Yeah, alright. He just kind of looks at it and you see the magic dissipate.
Thank you.
The gates swing open and you sort of holding onto the top, swing inside.
Smoke says,
Yeah, right.
"Do it again! Do it again!"
I'm just gonna shove them away in at this point.
You walk straight in now, it's
Yeah.
clear.
Cloak.
Oh right. Bag. Yeah. Cloak have.
It's still like tattered, like
Oh yeah, no.
scotch, but I'm
yeah.
still wearing it.
Oh yeah, I didn't bother to repair it yet. that was coming tomorrow.
So you start heading through the fairly unkempt gardens to the large gilt doors, and opening them up you see a large marble hall ahead of you with twin spiral staircases going up to the left and the right, and some archways to the left and the right as well on the ground level that seem to lead off into other small rooms.
Before they get in, the half-orc-looking guy dude that I do not know, I'm just gonna scimitar out. I don't believe I know you.
That's cute.
Would you care to explain? I'd rather not let strangers into this house, if possible.
Seems to be related to the people who. Well, I'm pointing this way, but it's not actually a professor. Seems to be related to the people who set the cult to doing their business, and was when we found him getting killed by them.
Yes, that would be my mother.
Yep, promptly saved his life, and he promptly helped us kill a giant flying crab, which we will talk about probably never.
This one's got the right idea.
Yeah. It's at this point you probably notice that again, like Raz once again after not seeing you for a while is just in tatters.
Right. Your mother, you say?
Yes.
Come in then, quickly.
Alright. Trundles in.
Welcome, I guess.
Oh, I'm absolutely taking off my boots because I can't cast levitate. This floor does not need to be touched by these boots.
Smoke is just climbing up the walls, came upside down much.
As you walk in, you see Gorda standing there wearing red noble clothes, which obviously were too small for him. The buttons sort of just go over his belly. You can see a bit of it sticking out with his belly button, his hairy chest at the top.
Smoke shakes his head in disgust. You have
No one has enlarged reduced.
You have let yourself go. I see. He says to Gwen. Nothing to say for yourself?
Nothing you'd like.
I like
The
that.
residents would find it very entertaining.
I'm just looking around in awe at the biggest house I've ever been in.
It's quite dusty, not damaged, but it's obviously been stripped clean and not maintained inside other than to make sure it hasn't been damaged.
Yeah, but it's still giant. So
Yes, it is.
yeah.
And it's made of very expensive materials, marbles, stained glass windows. You see across the floors, somewhat rotted away, but very fine, like rugs and tapestries hanging on the wall.
So this is what luxury looks like.
Normally cleaner.
This is what luxury looks like.
Who is trained in history?
I believe I am.
No.
I won't let you roll this. I will let you give advantage to anyone else who's trained.
Sure.
I think it's me then.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Ooh. I mean, you're still good though.
16.
16, yeah. You look around, some of the tapestries seem to, a lot of them seem to be based on the noble families of the city. A lot of the great triumphs of battle or the peace of bringing two families together depicted, most of them fairly damaged over time more than through destruction.
For my own personal interest, and I won't be asking this of anyone, or commenting on it even if I do notice, any references to the Silver Sword family?
Silver Sword family? Nothing in here, no.
I hate that implication so much. It could be nothing, but I hate it anyway.
Would Smoke see anything shiny, sparkly, anything lying around that might catch his attention?
Pretty much anything like that has been taken and claimed by the city itself since it's been abandoned. The balustrades of the stairwell are gilded in gold, so that's shiny, but nothing you could actually pick up and remove.
Okay, Smoke will immediately go to that part of what the staircase you said.
Yeah, so to the left and the right there are two spiral staircases that take it up to a second level.
Yep, Smoke will just sort of climb up and sort of just hover over one of them.
Yep.
He's fascinated by it.
It looks like a golden orb at the end.
Smoke tries to take off said orb and put it on his face.
So are we resting here and then going back to this tavern?
Look, I have some information I should probably share with you all since we last spoke.
Do tell.
It does. You're Mortlock, aren't you?
Yes.
Morlock Van Vamper, yes.
Yes, Mother's one of the dukes, lords of the city.
Son of one.
Oh.
I may have run into her.
Oh.
Hence why I actually have this place legitimately and not squatting.
Oh, we own it now, do we?
Legitimately.
Oh,
I'll say.
boy.
We own it now. Wait, but in debt to your family?
Oh god, I hope not for your sake.
So we're not, right?
We are.
Good luck with that. I might probably leave the city now.
Smoke,
It's all the same for you.
Well,
That's.
I mean...
Could you at least give me an idea of who we're working with? I'll admit, I haven't really been around in the city since I was about 8.
Well, you know how the devils are meant to be coming up to take the land of
Well,
their own.
yes, we're perfectly aware of that.
I hope that happens and my mother doesn't take over.
Would you be interested in a spot of matricide then?
No, thank you. What happens to her once
How
I'm gone
come?
is up to you.
What would she do?
Oh, she'd probably kill us all, but
Oh,
she is my
business as
mother
usual
too,
then.
so I'm not all that interested in murdering her.
But you're not that opposed to her death either?
I wouldn't get in the way. My brothers, on the other hand, well, I'd happily help with them.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, good to know.
So, what? I mean, yeah, they're almost invariably going to be in the way.
Let me guess, they're the ones that are being slightly more involved in the cult activity.
Well, the cultists have done that. My mother orchestrated, my brothers play their small parts.
Mm-hmm. Good to know.
Gathering coin, watching the streets.
Looking for Slate? No?
You seem like the most sensible one I think so far. Are they all touched on the accurate?
No, I'm touched on the hand.
Difficult
Magic.
childhoods. I mean,
Wow.
then again, we did have an encounter with the literal Archduke of the first layer of hell when we were children.
Oh,
so-
Lady Zariel.
Yes.
Smoke climbs off whatever the hell it is that is on. Comes
I
up
swear they
to,
haven't grown up.
walks up to Clary.
Never makes you think that.
Where is the kitchen? I'm ever so parched.
Up the stairs around the corner. I doubt you'll find anything there, though.
Smoke goes immediately in that direction.
Yep, you got the stairs and disappeared in
Yep.
darkness.
You need some milk.
I really do. As you just hear in the distance, it walks off.
Look, all I can tell you is that she's the one essentially sponsoring the stipend to allow me to stay in this venue and is let me know that I should and we should stop our investigation into said cults.
Does that include handing in body parts for money?
Well, I feel like she said stop investigating, and so I feel like therefore, given that we've already gathered that much, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
It would be suspicious if we didn't complete that.
That's also true, yeah. But also, bold of her to assume I'm learning anything as I go about. Like, honestly.
Always. But there's some other information.
Oh,
Remember the Shadow Archive?
I remember them.
Scar? Silver Sword. So it seems like I'm trapped between a rock and a hard place where that's concerned. Apparently for some reason he wants my bloodline. I have no idea why, but that's the thing.
Right.
So basically it was either deal with Silver Sword to get the mana or deal with her. And I chose what seemed at the time a lesser of two evils.
You could have just left. That would have been a better choice.
Well, yes, I would agree with that, but
Why would we start to save the city from hell?
at this point, everyone knows I'm here already, so I might as well have the protection of the manor.
But if you weren't here, it wouldn't matter.
Yes, but this is where hell's about to shit is about to go down.
That's where it's about to start.
Exactly.
Second place.
Yeah. So exactly, you agree, we have to sort this shit out, so we have to be here to do that.
Oh no. No. We've got to get away from here. Live as long as we can. And then deal with it when it hits.
While this is going on, has Smoke made it to the kitchen?
You get to a small kitchen upstairs that's completely devoid of anything has been cleared of, even the cutlery.
So no milk.
No.
You like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy rolled into one.
Smoke just lets out some sort of like blood curdling scream.
Like a hiss.
Yes, yeah, blood curdling hiss. Lets it out. There's no need for him to actually
do that.
I'm not even going to react to
I'm
that.
going to run to where he's exploring part of the mansion and leaves out a scream.
I'm not even reacting
And
to
hike
that
up
because
my
I
robe.
have already...
I got your own. Smoke, is there anything for Smoke to like just knock off like tables and shelves? Just like in anger, like a cat.
Like a cat that you can knock off.
No,
Sure. I just want to make some noise. I just want to like
Similar to the
punch
actions
this
of the
thing.
cat.
It's gonna like attempt to wreck a room already before.
There's a few
Correct.
damaged bits and pieces of pots and pans and mugs that were left behind, so had no real value.
Yeah, so he just picks them up and starts banging them and just throwing them.
There's
And just,
clattering.
Plume of smoke, what's going on?
So we definitely found nothing then.
Only my
Oh.
mother called me that before, well, the last I remember of her. My name is Smoke. Do I call you Professor Belvedere?
You do call me Belvedere, yes.
But do I call you Professor Belvedere?
No, I thought you were being attacked or something.
I was, by my own hurt feelings of no milk.
Is that...
Very sad.
I do need to double check because I have read in the book. Have your hurt feelings become a separate entity and are literally attacking you?
Are they?
Can we roll inside checks? 20.
They don't seem to be.
No, I think we're safe.
Okay.
Oh, let's maybe maybe we could go find some secret like wine cellar or or something like that. Maybe that hasn't been ransacked and might have some beverages.
That sounds like a plan. Let's do that. Let's check this place for secret rooms.
Okay, then can we cue a montage of just like going in and out of different rooms and like
Take some
destroying stuff?
montage.
It's like,
Are you proficient in investigation?
I think I am not.
Well, I will roll just by myself then.
Oh,
15.
I was going to say.
So you start going in and out of different doors, and you go into one room. There's a giant suit of armor, gleaming still, untouched by time, and it starts chasing you around. And music starts playing, chasing you through. All of a sudden, you're chasing it.
Let's get out of here.
Smoke turns back and just smiles at the suit of armor and then just runs, like uses feline agility to run off.
It runs past you. You're standing in a spot pretending to be a statue.
Oh, jeez.
Now all we need is Clary to get in with some duplicity to get like the whole shaggy screen.
Yep. Oh my
It
god.
goes on for the rest of the
Open up like a door random cupboard, and what's his face is there. Oh,
How are you doing? So thank you for joining us tonight.
See you next week.
We got derailed the Scooby-Doo in a grand total of, what, 10 minutes?
So you go searching the manor. Mm-hmm. Downstairs, Mortlock is just looking up in disbelief.
Yeah, they do this sometimes.
But
Well, usually Smoke does this. I'm kind of confused at the professor.
in any case, you're suddenly free to walk your own path. I just prefer to have, effect on others.
Okay, well, my own path is going to get the hell out of the city.
By all means.
How much do you want to kill your brothers?
Want them dead?
Ah, damn it. Could you pay us to kill your brothers?
No.
Damn it.
Just let me guess, all
Pretty
this
sure my
mummy's
family's cut me
money.
off.
I figured as much.
You weren't wrong.
I know a good money lender. Just happens to be my brother.
Ah.
Well, I mean, we'll just...
do you know what that one?
Yes, me.
Oh, God.
Well... So we have to stop our investigations into the cult. They didn't happen to specify where, did they?
No, just generally cultist activity.
Ah, damn it.
I wish I had more specifications because then I could find more loopholes.
Just out of
It's a
curiosity.
shame, really.
I like the furniture and stuff covered in like sheets.
It's all been taken.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been left very empty.
I'll go into a linen closet or a bedroom. I'll cast Unseen Servant. It'll take me 10 minutes in a round.
Yep.
And then I'll run out being chased by a ghost. Smoke!
And then Smoke will run
You can't
run
see
chasing.
anything.
I know that I'll put the sheet over the Unseen Servant.
They're enjoying themselves, yeah.
And then Smoke will run after the ghost.
Yeah.
What's the movement speed?
Unseen Servant?
15 feet around or something. You
Not
get that
much.
very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I get the quarterstaff and I drive it through them.
Yeah, all of a sudden she just flattens on the ground.
Oh, my one hit point guy.
I just remember your statement from the other day. The acoustics in here must be great.
And Smoke just goes up to the professor and just pats him on the
Oh,
shoulder.
you got it.
You're welcome. Now do you feel open to receiving the word of Eldath?
I gesture to the symbol of Mr. on my robe. I'm fine, thanks.
That is the strangest inn for a conversion I think I've ever seen.
Do I have any sort of drawing
Oh no, I've seen
utensils?
weirder.
Crayons or something possibly that I might put?
You have some charcoal probably.
I go for the charcoal and I stealthily try to draw a symbol of Eldath.
You're being more trickster than I am.
Right?
On whatever I can find.
Love it.
On what?
Roll a sleight of hand, I suppose.
Well, what?
With disadvantage if you're trying to do it on the professor.
I mean, I have like, if you like pat me on the back, I have like white robes on.
Yes, on his back, like a kick me or punch me.
You draw on your hands with charcoal and slap him on the back.
Yeah. Should I roll? Just do it.
Sleight of hand deception if you're just going like,
Probably more deception.
Oh.
I don't know. Actually, no, I just have it work. Whatever.
Choose to fail.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm mine rolling.
Oh yeah, but up to you.
No, I'm gonna roll for it.
Both
You
my
said-
perception and insight are pretty poor.
Alright, so deception.
Yes. Yeah. Wouldn't be sleight of hand because you're hitting him on the back.
Yeah.
You notice it.
Deception with advantage.
No.
Disadvantage.
Alright, fair enough.
Well, that's
Would a natural 1 do the trick?
He very awkwardly comes up to you and pats you on the back like he's up to something.
I turn around and look at him and I see like a smudge on his hand.
Smudge of charcoal.
Like, you seem to have some dust on your hand there. I prestidigitate his hand clean, and then I prestidigitate his hand again, so a symbol of mysteries on it. Just like for a few seconds.
Fair's fair.
Yep, fair's fair.
But I sort of just smile off, and I'll walk off, and it doesn't occur to me it's on my back.
Yeah.
Oh, and Raz, I have a bit of other fun tidbit.
Oh?
Remember how we all got those extra tattoos?
Unwind Kip's headband? Yes.
The compass actually works on this one.
That's
In the
very
sense
peculiar.
that when I'm away from you all, and I just show you by like walking away, walking in a different direction, and it just keeps on pointing
Oh.
the direction of the general direction of those three. I'm like,
Oh, that's fancy. I like
it's
that.
very fancy.
Yeah. It's not incredibly helpful when the three of us are in different locations,
Yes.
but very cool.
But if I'm staying in a different city or somewhere else, it helps figure out where to go next.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Yes. Raz is very happy. He's irrationally happy about this. He's like, yes! You'll never lose us. I've no idea how we're going to find you. You'll never lose us.
Exactly. To be honest, I think it'd be easier for me to find you than you to find me.
Yeah.
Also means if you decide to stealth off somewhere, I can still tell where you are.
Me stealth off somewhere? Why would I ever? Why would I ever?
Clary, do you feel that? You feel the ping of magic in your mind.
Yes.
Something's trying to get in.
Everyone.
Oh, I did leave those gates unlocked.
Right.
The hand crossbow that I had since unloaded, just reload that.
I might just quit. How badly off are you right now?
Let's.
How many heroes have
Okay,
you
so
got?
to describe me in a way that doesn't just give you a
On a
number.
scale of 1 to something, how are
1
you
to 10.
feeling?
On a scale of 1 to 29, I am bloodied.
Right.
There's just like pincer marks all over me.
Well, I'm recently
Armor's fucked again.
Oh, wonderful. Alright, let's do a
I mean,
second
right, you've
level
got a
cure
cleric
wounds.
just running around trying to slay ghosts.
That's a D8. That'll be
From
2D8.
upstairs, you hear Gorda's voice echoing up saying there's someone trying to get in.
Pretty sure that's 2D8.
True threats
Double check.
outside. It's pretty clear I'm just messing with you now.
Is this just smoke though?
Ooh, yeah, that's the question.
Oh, Professor. You make me laugh.
Oh, partner.
Alright.
I hope so after all we went through.
12.
12 better.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm
We can't let
not
off some
bloody.
steam after being stabbed that many times. Don't know when we can.
How many times did you get stabbed?
Not that many actually.
Which is still way too many for a professor.
Yeah, right.
More than I normally do out drinking with students.
It's more than 0.
But less than with the teachers. The lecturers.
I might just, if I can. So, am I hearing pinging? Have they entered yet, or are they trying to enter?
You feel something tried to enter.
Okay, I might try and go upstairs and just kind of have a peek through, or one of the windows and just peek through the curtains.
Yep.
To have a look. What do I see?
Nothing. The gates are still ajar. You don't see anything.
There's nothing there, supposedly.
Okay, with my newfound hit points, I'm going to try and go out there and lock that gate.
Yep.
I'm going to stay.
I have heard sometimes that people use like the rear entrance, tradesmen, people food deliveries,
We've owned the house for under a day.
Well, I'm just saying that perhaps there's more than one way in.
Might be worth to just check the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Should we split the party?
If we each go to
Rather
one
than you
corner,
going out, why don't I send my duplicate?
Oh! Now there's a clever idea we haven't used.
Yes.
And where would, God forbid I ask this question, but where might Hawk be? Alright, Smoke attempts to re-establish a connection.
The connection's always there.
Yeah. It's in the heart.
For some reason.
Smoker's gonna hover around and squawk if spots anything.
They mean Hawk is going to not smoke.
Somewhat look.
No, smoke is.
Smoke flies around. On Hawk's shoulders, on Hawk's back.
Okay, here's a better idea. Why don't I come up with my duplicate? But you also sneak up as well.
This is getting
It's
better.
still like early. Is it still dark outside, or is it morning, or middle
It's
of the
early
day?
morning, so there's a lot of long
Still
shadows.
and it's overgrown garden, so there's
It'd be
place
quite
to
easy
hide.
for you to see, so it would be with advantage.
You've got advantage. Well, actually, I can
This
give
is
you
perfect.
advantage
It's
anyway.
true,
So.
but yes, I like this plan. Crossbow loaded. I'm going to go out and sneak.
I'm going to make 2 gestures and there's a cat on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Neat. Oh, it came in from the other place. What was it looking over at the other place?
I never knew mind.
Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the door as myself and then let the duplicate walk out as I quickly duck out of the way from the door, so it looks like the duplicate's walked out of the door.
Yeah, so you're standing behind the door, but you've walked out.
Yeah.
I'll go out a window somewhere.
Sounds good.
There's on the lower level, it's quite easy to find a large bay window, just sleek it open and slip out.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah.
And I'm still like looking out, so I'm essentially just walking up to the gate, sort of. How bad is it?
Well, it's not one.
Oh
I swear
no.
they're the best eyes in the pile.
Yeah, but that is a 10.
Oh no.
You hear a rustle as Raz just lands in the bush. In a very dry patch of bush, and it sort of kicks up some dead leaves.
Right. I'll just try and keep pace with keep the duplicate, so keep pace with Raz and moving towards the gate.
Yeah. You start winding through the undergrowth. You walk to the gate. Door closed.
Nothing happens.
I assume you have a way of locking it.
What are Smoke and the Professor doing?
The professor's looking around to see if there's a library, but Paige is smelling for intruders. And looking, but smelling primarily. On the assumption they might be invisible.
Smoke would be going around. Was it Paige?
Yeah, so Paige is just sitting on the professor's shoulder. So it's like a mid-sized black cat.
Cool.
Not like full black, but just dark black.
Yeah, Smoke will be I guess by Professor's side, sort of a little bit protective. He's had the most fun he's had in ages, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't want that source of fun to go away. So he's going to, having heard, obviously sense that something's up. It's going to be just on the lookout for, particularly wary of windows.
Yeah.
Anything like that comes across.
So you start looking around for a library inside. The two of you are at the front. Roll perception checks with disadvantage for me.
Alright, sure thing.
Does my
I'm gonna use
cat
guidance on
offset
myself.
that?
No, you're inside.
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's okay.
yeah.
Yep.
So disadvantage, you say?
Yep.
Yeah, that is. Think about this for a sec. 11.
23.
23.
Thank you.
There we go.
Those dice are reasonable.
So you watch as your duplicate clicks the lock. As you're weaving through the underbrush, you just sort of see something out of the corner of your eye and look up to see a purple flash above the gate. And it just disappears. You know that flash from where you saw Smoke try to get in.
Uh-huh.
You touched it, it happened.
Right. Okay.
You don't see anything touching it, you just see that flash.
Okay.
Hang on, let me check something.
There's a potentially terrible idea that I have here, but I would rather check to see how that magical barrier works first.
Okay. Because the thing is, I now have Dispel Magic. Oh, wait, have we leveled up now?
Yes.
I've leveled
I
up.
was like,
at
you
least.
will have, but
I
we
will
haven't
have.
rested yet.
Because I now have Dispel Magic.
Neat. Probably don't want to spell magic on the magical barrier.
No, but
You
it
can just
says
concentrate
choose
on
one
the
creature,
weapon.
object, or magical effect.
Oh.
So I'm concentrating on anything that's invisible, maybe, but
Mhm.
I'm worried about.
Mm.
No. The thing is, I can cast it through my duplicate, so there's no issue with range or anything. Also, the range is like 120 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like any spell of third. The question is it a spell or an ability? That's metagaming. So, any spell of third level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of fourth level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spellcasting ability.
Yeah.
DC 10 plus spells level.
I will reach into the bag of holding to think for something
You
purple.
don't yet know there's anything happening.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I'm going to reach into the bag of holding for something purple. There's something that's like obviously purple, and I.
You find a large aubergine.
I'm going to roll it. It's not written on here, but I'm going to roll it. I'm going to just.
Snack from earlier.
Yeah.
Is this fancy
It's an
emoji?
eggplant.
Yeah. I assume.
Rather moist.
I'm not questioning that at all.
Gross.
Yeah. So I assume that you've got eye shot of where Raz is.
Yeah.
I'm just going to sort of like hold up the aubergine, right, to try and signify purple, and then just like make that motion and point up to above the gate. To just try and get this across.
Roll an insight.
Check is in order.
All sorts of disadvantage.
Oh, I hope not.
That's not too bad.
the
That
peasants are
is
throwing
a 21.
You get the implication that you're not sure what he's doing in an aubergine, but he's gesturing to the magical barrier like something's happened to it.
Like a Mr. Bird and Homer Simpson baseball moment.
I love it that we just like somehow like
But,
hand
yeah.
gestures.
Yeah. It just goes back into the bag afterwards. It's like, I assume you got that, and if you didn't...
Cool. All right. In which case, yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can dispel some kind of invisibility.
Turns out so
Around that
Mr.
area.
Burns.
What's the
Because I
range?
120 feet, and also I can cast through my duplicate as well. So
Yep.
So it's like 10 feet away.
Can I cast through the magic barrier?
I
Would need the rules on magic barrier.
Would I know this?
Is the magic barrier
Because it
wall
just
of
says
force?
one creature, object, or magical effect within range. So it doesn't say anything about anything blocking the spell.
So essentially, yeah, wall of force.
If it's a wall of force, I don't believe you can cast spells through it.
Oh, that's awful.
Would I know
pulls
this?
out from the library.
You're trained in Arcana?
Not in Arcana.
Would you know your own mana's security systems?
What?
Yeah, I'd say you know that magic is generally not able to be casting around as a protective means.
Yeah. Okay.
Just to make sure someone can't cast a fireball on you while you're in the garden.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
Drive by fireballs.
intelligence check, I guess.
With advantage since you lived here.
Yeah, that was a 10. That's still, it's an 11.
I mean, over 10, you
thinking
lived
about it,
here,
but
you
yeah.
were allowed to go and play in the garden when you were a child.
Yeah, I feel like I figured, like, there's definitely something up there that's invisible. I'm gonna just get the duplicate to walk back, because the minute will probably soon be up and then it'll vanish, and that would be very suspect. So,
I'll get you to both roll perception again.
alright.
It doesn't say wall of force can stop magic. It just
No.
can't be destroyed by magic except disintegrate.
I see.
That was a solid
Oh, well. Raz is here to save the day.
8.
Being nonchalant, so you're not looking around and being too perceptive.
Yeah.
26.
You see a flash of purple about 100 feet to the left. Looks like a circle, something circled around and trying to get in again.
Paper.
Okay. So how many feet? Like 100 feet to the left?
So
Okay.
it's circled around the stone wall.
Okay. Can I make an educated guess on where it's going to come up next?
Oh, intelligence with disadvantage.
Yay. No. No, I cannot.
What's your roll?
6. No.
I
Can't be
mean,
done.
you don't think, even with a low roll, you don't think it's that well thought out. You think it's just something testing to see if you can find a weak spot.
Right, okay.
While this is going on, Smoke would like to cast Speak with Animals and Talk to Paige.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can pass the time somehow. So Smoke does that.
Just doing it
let's see
purely
what
for
happens.
flavor.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yep.
Have a conversation with the cat.
Howdy, stranger. Does a professor treat you well?
Paige does not respond. Not being an animal.
Smoke, you've done it again. Just Smoke this. What's the cat?
Paige is
Cat familiar.
Paige would be a familiar's Faye's the middle one. Yeah, so it's Paige is technically a Fae creature.
Yeah. A face card. Yeah.
Does Smoke just I don't know Smoke would know.
Although if you say, do you say that's still in common?
Nah, in whatever language cats speak.
You just start meowing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, Professor Lane.
Yeah, he's a giant cat. He's want to do that.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, Smoke just continues to do that for a while.
Yep.
Till something else happens.
Meanwhile, I think the duplicates come back in and...
Great use of the spell slot.
Sorry.
You can arrest him.
Are you going to be coming back indoors or staying out there? Or...
I'll stay out for a minute longer and check around the rest of the wall just to see if there's any more purple flashes.
Alright,
Roll
so...
perception again.
Natural one.
You don't see anything.
The best die in the pack.
Do I feel any pings or anything happening anymore?
Yeah, you're feeling pings fairly often.
Oh, right, of course. The die.
Unless it's not late at night, so it's going to stop me sleeping, but there's definitely something trying to get in.
It's gonna come in via like a back window, just like so. After like a second attempt at coming in, I couldn't see anything.
Right, shut the front door.
Smoke is getting increasingly frustrated, and in meow is just, why won't you talk to me? And then I'm just in meow, 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 meow. And then just gets frustrated and just storms off, and it's just kicking anything in his path and just walking away from Professor Belvedere at this point.
Well,
What's that page? He's asking you. Have I found a library?
You found a large room with what looks like there's a sitting area and lots of bookshelves.
Cool. I'm going to ransack the place.
You find a handful of dust. Roll investigation.
I find half a handful of dust.
Your natural one.
That's a nice half handful.
Yeah.
Was there much
Easier to
left
wash
in my room? My old room?
Pretty much
Nothing?
everything was
Empty?
taken. Everything of any value. You would have found some old clothes, things like that.
Yeah.
You have childhood toys.
I'm just gonna shut that door and not come back to that one.
Is there anything resembling beds in here, by the way?
No, I'll just have to sleep on our bedrolls.
Yeah, right, I can deal with that. Wait, hang on. I definitely still have one of those.
I think I do.
Surely, yes, I do. Thank God.
Yeah.
So the inside seems secure. You guys found anything?
There's something invisible trying to get in. I still feel it pinging in my head. It's very irritating. I will say that, but at least we know the security system works.
Can you, what do you think they're doing? If they're just getting it this sort of thing? Oh.
Testing the boundaries, I guess. Thing is, I think we can safely say that as soon as we exit the manor, we are definitely at risk of an ambush
But if they're
of some kind.
testing it, if we see where they... No. How quickly can you lower it and raise it again?
I don't think we want to risk it coming in. Just as
It depends how they're testing it. If they wouldn't be throwing themselves at the barrier repeatedly.
Casting time's roughly a combat round, so about 6 seconds to dispel, 6 seconds.
And if there's a group of them, then I'd rather one in here and not a group.
We've come across some pretty stupid things before, trust me.
What's your base intelligence?
Quite high.
18.
Roll an intelligence check for me.
Quite high.
19.
Now that you've got the information, you remember Mortlock saying his brother used invisible imps in the bathhouse to watch things.
Yeah. Wasn't there an imp in the bathhouse?
Oh, yeah. And he said it was probably following us the whole way through and probably followed us out as well.
Well, if it is an imp, it should not have the power to get through the wall.
And it's also really not that big a threat either. You know, other than to scout around, which now that it's realised it can't get past the wall, what good is it?
You have noticed that the pinging stopped a little while ago. Hasn't happened again for about 2 minutes.
It's given up for now, but
See, it's all it can do is look from outside.
Well, if it's an imp and it's been given an order, it will keep on trying it until it gets told otherwise. They are law-abiding creatures.
Sounds like a waste of its time.
People forget they are as law-abiding as they are evil.
I don't know, it's wasting its energy. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that.
It is. Well, speaking of...
although it's good to know that we are probably being tailed at all times. Well, I mean, that just adds to the list, I guess.
Yeah,
We know
exactly.
people who want to kill us or blackmail us. Or...
Well, it does actually raise a question. Did you intend to stop investigating?
I mean, where an imp can't hear us, absolutely.
Well, they asked me to stop investigating.
There it is.
The deal was to get them to stop.
Yeah, damn it.
Ah, boys. Oh, loophole in that easy find.
Yes. But just because we aren't investigating cults, there's more going on here. I think we still need more information about how hell is coming. And I feel like it's more than just cults. I'm wondering if cults is potentially just an extraneous additional symptom of things going chaotic and therefore not being controlled as opposed to an actual cause.
Well, speaking of cults, we ran across some dragon cultists on the way out of the bathhouse.
Dragon cultists?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dragon
They're
cultists.
usually in Waterdeep.
Yeah, dragon
Or at least
cultists are
they used to
Tiamat.
do.
Yeah, we found some of Tiamat's regalia down there. A mask and
So you
crown.
keep it?
No.
You passed it off.
No, they told us to give it to them or else we'd die.
Oh, that's a fair point.
And given how fucked up we previously were from a giant flying crab, I'd like to believe them.
And speaking of, I think you probably should actually get bandaged up before infection sets into these wounds.
I got cured, it's fine.
So where are you all gathered at the moment in this discussion?
Foyer.
Probably in the foyer, yeah.
The foyer?
Foyer,
The foyer.
The front room for those
So,
uncultured.
Raz, I was
Yes.
thinking, remember that tapestry we found earlier? I'm thinking, in between those staircases, that big wall back there, if we can get that book back and get that alarm charm person spell, that would be the perfect
Oh,
place.
yes. He's just like pulling out the tapestry. It's like 7 feet long. It's like, yep, that one.
You never take that.
Come sundown, yes.
Everyone roll perception for me.
Do you have a that if I was at Cody, I'd say that was correct.
I'm just not.
You're Brett on a book.
Clary just has no idea of anything that's going on because I got a 6.
24.
13.
Yeah, whatever.
Less than 13.
I find milk.
Somewhere from the second floor, you hear the tinkering of glass. Very, very faintly.
So do you have a games room? Something like that for your trophies? I'm sure your family's had them any over the years.
Smoke.
Wait, who got
What is it? What is it this time?
The ghosts were all a joke, don't worry about it.
I heard what sounded like
What's wrong with it?
I. Sorry.
I can't say
Sounded like
Now you've all had a long rest.
a noise that sounded like a glass something or other. There's something up there. We're not alone.
I was just wandering around.
There wouldn't happen to be, like, crystal glass held in storage somewhere around here, would there?
Potentially. I mean, Gord is probably looking for a drink, but it would be. You wouldn't find anything.
For the third time since walking in, reload that hand crossbow.
I think it's probably a good idea if we at least go check it out.
Yup.
Where did you say the noise came from?
Pretty close to where you were in the kitchen
That
before.
way.
Oh, the kitchen. Yep, we go.
Alright.
What's your marching order?
Raz, do you want to be sneaking up ahead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Roll stealth for me.
I might also attempt stealth with guidance.
Smoke
See how
will go last, is still feeling quite just frustrated and dejected at the moment, so not going stealthily.
Do I have the boony thing or no?
Yeah, you do. So you got advantage.
Sick. Come on.
Real well.
Okay, this dice is going in the dice jail. The naughty corner.
That is 12.
Very good, sir.
I thought so. Well, off of a 4,
I
that's
got a higher one than you. I got 13.
But did you start with a 4, though?
So
No.
Raz is going ahead. What's everyone else doing as far as order goes?
I'll probably be coming up behind that. I am the least injured of the party currently, I think.
Yes.
Probably. Yes.
Who's third and who's fourth?
I think Smoke would be
You said
fourth.
4th, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was you say?
Yeah. So
Me
you
and
see,
Paige are third, sir.
The first non-sneaky one.
you see Raz and Clary start up the stairs. You hear Paige sniffing intently. And just a voice in your head says, "There's a small demon sitting on the balustrade." That's coming from your earring.
Cool. I summon a spell from my head. I fail. I'm like, no, I'm done. No.
Paige sort of rubs against you to get your focus.
Yes. I'm going to make Paige jump, so give me assistance on my range attack. But can I just think about it for a moment and do an Arcana check to see what immunities this imp will have? Assuming all these.
Would that be a nature check? Arcana or nature check?
Hopefully not natural. They're not natural.
That's true.
18.
That's fair point.
18. You know it's immune to fire.
No.
Sort of ruins your firebolt plan. Doesn't it?
That's probably a good thing to know before casting a spell.
But let it burn. So please.
I'm going to hit it
Thank you.
with. I'm going to cast Lightning Lure. So let's turn around and go, over here! Over here. And yeah, you must make a strength saving throw, please.
Of
DC,
Of DC, whatever I normally get.
like 15.
And can we please play the Mortal Kombat theme?
15.
Dun, dun, dun.
it gets -1.
Nice.
I do 10 lightning damage and pull it 15 feet towards me.
KO.
I believe it's exactly dead.
He's unconscious. As invisibility drops and you're holding this tiny red demon, it's quite floppy now.
Lady Clary! Lady Clary!
From our perspective, it's like.
Smoker's like,
Do you have spell?
Gorda pops up and goes,
Do you have spell?
yeah.
Andrew.
Smoker.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
We need to contain it first. Do we have some way of containing it?
Close your fist.
I've got.
You actually did it.
I could possibly tie it up with a bit of rope.
Good work.
Why? Yeah, but why use a bit of rope when you could use a lot of rope?
I will use. Smoke will use 2 bits of rope then.
How big is this thing?
it's a tiny thing.
Yeah, it fits in his hand.
It's about the size of a large fruit bat.
You would have a jar or something.
I mean,
Oh, actually, wait, I might.
anybody who isn't quite so injured?
It wouldn't quite fit in a jar, probably.
Okay.
It would fit in a bag quite easily. Imagine Kit
Put it in a bag of holding.
Put it in the bag of holding.
Paige sort of runs down my hand slightly and sits there with the claws out, with a very action that if it gets up and attacks me.
Yep.
Smoker's a hunting trap.
Yes.
You could
Perfect.
put it in a hunting trap
That
and just
would
like if
actually
it
be
moves,
perfect.
it's gone.
That'll.
Well, would a hunting trap trigger from such a life? I mean, I guess so.
We can trigger it with other things.
With your knowledge, you know they're very quick, and chances are we'd get out of a hunting trap if it was ready to spring and not already sprung on it.
I think we'd move too quickly for that. I also have concerns over if it's a summoned creature bound to someone's will, it may be under orders not to speak to us.
Oh, that's a fair point. In which case, we're probably just better off destroying it.
I agree with that, but also figuring out how it got in.
Or permanently lock it in a lead box.
We need a lead box then.
Last time I went to the shops, mysteriously they're all
Put it in the bag of holding.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Suffocation.
There's a part of me that's just like,
They
I
didn't
want
require air.
to reach.
Oh,
I
damn.
just want to reach into the bag and like ask for a lead box.
I don't think that's how bags of holding work.
Well, I don't know what Rue's put in there, so.
I've got 10 gallons.
Like
Smoker's
this.
10 gallons of water in his hat. Like water bottle.
Could the imp go? Wait a minute. Hang on. If the imp doesn't need air, it can survive in the astral plane that is the storage of the.
Well, I just
of the
assume
bag,
it has
but, like,
a-
In which case, we could put it in the bag
Yeah.
of holding.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't.
then, would it not be able to be resummoned either?
Probably not.
I just assume that it doesn't need to because it lives in like hell.
In which case, we can put it in the bag of holding.
You know what? Just open the bag of holders. There you go. Into that.
And when we go to pick it back out again, surely
I'll just throw it at a wall.
is it not going to die given that it's unconscious?
It's a devil. It won't die unless it's in the house.
It'll just turn into something. What is
Gross.
it? The-
Like some sort of
If we put it in there quickly, then I put it in the bag of holding.
Ah.
As soon as I've been rolled. Then now, if it's like my familiar, and I'm not 100% sure, they might not be able to desummon it. It's because it's now done a different plane or located.
They definitely can't locate it.
I think. I don't know.
I know
I
they
might be
can't.
wrong. I haven't rolled any dice, but there's a chance.
That's brilliant.
That seems like the best option at the moment. And then, if we do encounter whoever it is, imp that this is, we have a bargaining chip. Or a bargaining imp. Well, I say.
In your experience with warlocks, and mine is very limited, do they care particularly about their imps?
Well, they sell their soul for power, so they care very little about anything, except the thing they sell their soul for.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a fair point.
Yeah, imps, as far as bargaining chips go,
They're
not
a bit
great.
disposable, aren't
Yeah, a
they?
little bit.
Oh well.
Like, yeah, I've met a few warlocks, and never once have I actually given a single solitary hit.
I'll let you roll a straight intelligence check again.
I don't know if I want to. 20, not natural.
The way Morlock was talking about the fact his brother had lots of imps, you'd think it's not actually a summon, it's something more like recruited and trained.
Even better.
This
In
may
which
be-
case, we can kill it.
Or potentially question it, as well.
It didn't try to hurt
Question that I know
us.
as well.
It wasn't told to, very likely.
Yeah,
It absolutely would if told to.
what kind of threat could it? It's a little bit.
Although it does, there is one question. Your defenses aren't perfect.
Yes.
No, that's
Yeah,
a problem. The question is, how did it get in?
Well, where was the last ping that you felt?
Or is it one that maybe got in when I let you all in?
Well, that would be
Think about
frustrating, wouldn't it?
You said that there was at least one following you.
Probably.
In which case it could have slipped in while we opened it then.
Oh, that's screwed.
Yes, it wasn't only just watching, it wasn't attacking. This earring I found years ago. Fortunately, you can detect things that are invisible.
Good to know. That will be very useful.
Evidently.
But I would like to think that this was one that didn't make it through with the defences while they were up. But we are going to have to be very careful if we are leaving the manor. Well, when we leave the manor, obviously we can't just stay here with no food or anything, or alcohol for that matter.
Yeah, just for Dora's sake, honestly. At least.
Or milk.
And that too.
Yes.
We'll just have to be careful about being very quick with. I mean, it does take some time to raise and lower barriers, but with your assistance, surely though. If it had gotten in while we had the barriers down, wouldn't you have heard about it from the earring?
There's only things in front of me.
Some things.
Or things that are... Its range is not perfect. If it was following just behind her, I don't think I would have noticed it. I've never tested the limits. I usually just used it to see if students were smuggling in invisible books into exams.
Cue another montage through the house.
I turn around quickly and look behind me.
There's nothing invisible from what you can tell.
Very interesting.
Well, for now we have a random imp. Shall we question it? Or because I have a fear that if we do revive it, it will be a bit too hasty in retreating elsewhere.
Oh, yeah. It's safe in the bag for now, and I'm just kind of freeball guessing that it can't interact with anything else that's in there, so it's not too dangerous.
Well, it gets unconscious, so.
That too, yeah, okay, yeah. Good point, well made.
I really need to bandage these wounds.
Yes. How badly are you hurt?
I don't actually know. I think for about half.
Yeah, Raz again looks down at his wounds, which are like slightly more superficial now, just like, oh yeah, I should probably do that as well. Yeah.
You guys actually rested at all?
Well, you were unconscious for a bit, weren't you?
Do you call that rest?
No.
Oh, I do.
DM, is that counted as a rest? Fair enough.
It's like 3 rounds, it's fine. But yeah, yeah, I haven't, so I need to, actually rest and make sure that I'm not going to bleed out over the night.
There wouldn't have to be any like a place in the manor where there might be some first aid kits.
No, everything's been stripped.
Everything.
There's
Just gave you a action. Stop asking for more.
There's a panic room or secret panic room.
It's not your world.
Smoko.
I mean, that would probably be my bedroom, so.
Smoko walks up to Clary. Look, Clary, this house has shit. What kind of price what kind of debt are you in? Like, this house, I hope you didn't, commit too much to this. Like, it doesn't even have milk, doesn't even have beds, it doesn't even have stuff that I can throw around, really, when I'm angry. What kind of, what did you pay for this?
Literally just to stop following up on the cultists.
Oh.
And obviously not getting in the Van Thamper's way, which may prove an interesting task.
Smoke giggles at the sound of that name again.
I grab out of the bag one of the reality-altering flowers and hand it to Smoke.
Wait, what?
For his own entertainment.
What?
Because he clearly fucking needs it.
A reality holder?
Do I go?
That's what it says!
Do I go on a trip?
Why do you?
What?
That's what I need right now.
This item. What is this?
If I've got my context correct, it's one of the flowers that we picked out of the Medusa's lair.
Oh,
You know-
right.
You're saying he's stressed. He needs to take LSD, essentially. I'm not sure if this is the path we really need to push Smoke down.
It's either that or I give him one of the knives. Take your pick.
Good point.
Knives. I'm sure we can find an old portrait of some random relative that I don't care about for you to throw knives at.
Wait, which way are we going here? Both. Wait, does that actually happen, or is the flowers already taken?
I haven't taken hold yet.
I'll say I've handed you
I
the
know,
flower.
the professor would not have said that out loud. That was a Brett thought. Don't take kid drugs to deal with your stress, kids.
Smoke takes hold of the flower and breathes deeply.
Yep. As you do, you see it sort of wilt slightly, and your nose is filled with pollen. And you want to sneeze a little bit before it settles.
Well, I guess we're resting here for now.
Yes. That was the plan.
Any claim to any room?
Oh, I'm gonna have a look around for rooms. Yeah. This is a giant house. So I better have a giant room. Probably not this one, but one of them.
Yours is the foyer.
Nobody can come in. Yeah, I'm just gonna go look around for the largest room that isn't obviously for a purpose.
Well, you do find a master bedroom.
Yes.
Which belong to your parents.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without a bed.
Right.
Without a bed.
Yes.
So master
Why are
room.
you going to sleep in my parents' room?
Because it's a giant room. So of course I'm gonna set up. I'm just gonna set up the bedroll in a corner.
Fine, I guess.
Raz, do you happen to have a spare bedroll? I didn't bring one going down to the bathhouse.
Well, considering that I took all the stuff that was Ruse's, and I assume Ruse had a bedroll, yes.
Thank you for... Ow!
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that to happen.
For some reason, as you're looking in Smoke, the professor's hat just seems to keep growing taller and taller. You see the stars and the moon start spinning slowly on it.
I start floating through the air.
Trying to chase the hat as it...
I've still got that symbol of Eldeath on my back.
Brilliant.
I haven't mentioned it.
Clearly cosmetic choice.
Oh, that reminds me, Professor, whilst you're here, I'll pull out that whole pearl of power and
Smoke will try and
What's this?
go up and try to
Pearl
take
of
the hat
power.
Oh, yes, thank you.
off his head and try to switch his hat with that hat.
You see Smoke almost zombie-like walking towards you with his hands outstretched, paws outstretched for your head.
Smoke!
Doesn't seem to stop.
Just kind of go up behind him and just kind of drag him back.
I cast dancing lights in front of me.
All of a sudden, the universe swallows you. Giant suns with no heat at all. Inside the suns, you see some tiny ghosts dancing in circles.
Smoke does an Irish jig side to side, takes off the hat and then tips it towards them and just keeps dancing.
Oh dear.
Not singing. Still dancing.
Okay, that's very weird.
You got that? This is...
So does it really cause the accent? I don't know. Does it?
Only up to 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
A after 10 minutes and B after a wisdom save, if I remember rightly.
Damn.
So, it might be, I don't know.
The lights start leading Smoke out the room.
Smoke follows.
These suns turn into giant ghosts and they all start pulling at your hair and dragging you out.
Smoke's pupils just dilate.
Puss in Boot style.
Well, that's at least the second strangest thing I've caused today.
The first being...
The death of a giant flying crab.
Yes, could you please actually elaborate on that?
No.
Really?
Well,
So
alright.
disappointing.
For some reason, the object of the ritual that was happening under the bathhouse was to summon a giant flying crab demon thing. Crab devil thing? Creature from lower plane.
I don't know. I've never heard of anything like that before in my life.
See, the only place I've heard of it was from Smoke's imagination, and we can't exactly ask him why it took that particular form, because he's currently so high off his balls that he doesn't know what's real anymore.
in the background, you hear us talk about flying crabs, and all of a sudden there's tiny, multicolored flying crabs flying around you in the air in circles.
Brilliant. Fight it off.
Oh dear. I think we should definitely get some rest.
Smoke tries to put one of them in his pocket.
Roll a deck save for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many balconies is this place at? Because I've not paying attention to where the lights are going.
A few. Oh, I have an idea. I go ahead and just put it on, like, cast light on my compass so it creates, like, a nice sort of small beam of light and start doing, like, the laser pointer thing.
I thought that's what the dancing lights were, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So Smokes walked out of the room a moment ago.
Natural.
You hear swishing in the air, and you hear a couple of thuds and something rolling down the stairs, and then a hard hit, and then nothing.
Oh
Is he
dear.
angry again, or is that a problem?
He'll be fine.
I'll say best case scenario, he's asleep.
He'll be fine.
Whatever that
You are currently
flower was
unconscious at the bottom of the stairs.
seemed to have some effect on him, mate. I think I might double check.
Actually, yeah. If you look, if you want to examine whatever the bloody hell these are,
No.
feel free.
On our companion, I think going downstairs or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, that
he'll be
also works too.
fine, but
All that.
We'll be fine in a while.
I'm going to walk down and
Alright.
when I see him there, I'm like,
thank God I see this happening.
I'm going to make a
It's not
medicine.
here at the moment.
I'm going to make a medicine check. I'll grab him and I'll shake him.
From the top of the stairs, you see him flat on the ground, and you see after a moment he sort of just shuffles in his sleep into a curled up cat position.
It's like, you know, the cat thing where this is like batting at things.
Yeah,
Asleep.
yeah.
I take this tap. What'd you do with the tapestry? Did you leave it down there?
I kind of did. Yeah, rolled
It's
it
down the whole
just
way.
rolled up, pulled out, just like, yep, fuck it.
Not connecting the fact that it made me sick. I'll put the tapestry over Smoke and head back up to bed.
Yep.
Yeah, fair enough.
Deep in the dark.
Raz is now just looking around, just like, oh yeah, this room is probably big enough for like more than one person, looking at like where the bedroll is and how much extra room there is.
I'm wondering if it would be safer for us to split up or stay in one place. I mean, in some ways, it would be probably better to stay in one place so then we can defend each other in case of intruders,
Yep.
in case something does happen.
I mean, Smoke will be fine on the stairs, but
Yeah.
he's the first point of call. Someone will trip over him.
Yeah. I agree with that plan.
I am sleeping here. Paige, keep watching.
Here being the other corner of the master bedroom.
Question: being unconscious, would I be dreaming at all?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, the elders, you're so fun.
It's so fine. You blow Smoke's mind.
It's not hard to do. Oh god.
So the professor falls asleep. The cat standing at attention, watching
Paige is like right on the side of my head.
Yeah.
very intently, watching the room.
Cool.
Head on the swivel.
Alright, I'll just lay out. Yeah, I've already laid out the bedroll. I'm not gonna.
Please tell me more about that giant crab.
I want to know.
So they split
Watch the lot from last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. They spend part of the long, like Raz spends part of the long rest regaling her with the tale of a giant fucking flying crab.
Yeah.
Question: I'm unconscious. So is that okay?
Maybe dropped the one of those
Long
words.
rest.
It didn't fly around that much.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. But it needed to be flying. Otherwise, how could it possibly be on top of Legion trying to like peck at this dome of metal?
So eventually you will drift off to sleep and rest.
Yeah.
Everyone roll a d20 for me.
Definitely not playing that one. Actually, you know what? That was fun.
I forget that I put this in the naughty
Oh,
corner.
you gotta be kidding.
Just a straight D20.
Yep.
2.
8.
Oh, 7.
6.
Actually, this dice is. I'm gonna call it the fun dice.
So you blink awake, the sunlight's streaming through. You're the first one to wake, feeling a lot better.
Oh, that's what it is.
You see the others, you still hear Smoke very gently snoring down the stair while the other two are asleep in the same room.
Sorry.
Okay.
Do you think it's been long enough that they've all had a long rest and it's probably time to get going?
I kind of
Yeah.
assumed you were in the same room as well.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll go ahead and wake Raz and the others just up.
No. It's like, wait, we went to sleep in the morning. It's like nighttime now, isn't it?
Late afternoon. As you walk towards the professor,
used to this.
Paige just meows in your ear, waking you up. Someone approaches while you're asleep.
Don't worry, it's just me.
As Smoke wakes up, you just hear him say, "Don't leave me."
Oh.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what our first point of call is from here.
I'm looking through the bag of holding for the... It's written on here somewhere. The Alistair Finch costume.
Yep.
Because God knows my current clothes are so badly fucked.
So that's sort of like a...
Smoke, don't you have mending?
Smoke just like puts up around. Do you want? Would you allow me to fix those clothes there, dear?
Sure thing.
Oh, and would you be a dear, Smoke? My cloak is a little bit ratty at the moment.
You can have a man. You can have a man. Everybody have a
But
man.
not for you.
The bits that are burnt off are still burnt off.
Allow me to clean and deodorize that too.
So by the end of this, everyone has nice clean clothes.
Okay.
I haven't felt like this since the last time I had an adventuring party, which was longer ago than I'm willing to admit.
Well, we have to return all those years. That
Oh yeah, that's
Captain of the Flaming 50 did seem very insistent.
Oh yeah,
I think we'll go ahead and do that, and then have to tender our resignation from the cause as such, or see if there's anything more pressing that we can attend to that does not involve cultists.
Or, I mean, adventuring company, anything that comes around that looks like it might involve cultists but has some plausible deniability.
Alternatively, anything that involves and any like leads that we get, we can just sort of throw their way.
Very true.
You know, if we're not actively investigating, we
It's
can
not
probably
like-
be blamed for other people investigating. I mean,
It's not like it's menial grunt work. I heard of some people digging up like slate in one of the parks the other week. It was some
We
angry
don't talk
adventurers.
about that, Mustang. We don't talk about that.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna pull out like the spare bit of slate and be just like, that wouldn't happen to slate, would it?
Oh, how? Anyway, yes, the years.
He is, yes, indeed.
Shall we?
Yes.
And also maybe pick up some alcohol on the way through. At the
Oh, that's
tavern
fine.
where we get the
free
which one
drinks.
was the free one?
I'm curious, how overgrown is the garden here?
Low lantern. Sorry?
How overgrown is the garden here?
Fairly overgrown. They come back to cut it back a bit, but they don't maintain it.
We could potentially. I heard Smoke was particularly interested in having dairy cattle. They could mow the lawn for it.
No. It's too much work.
Well,
Also, wooden coats.
Plus, who knows on how long we'll be here. I have the deed to the manor, but...
I have plant growth now.
That is the opposite of what we need done.
Actually, if anything, that could be rather beneficial.
Oh.
It obscures the view of the manor.
Some rose bushes across the fence.
And we can make some neat little hidey holes in the courtyard.
I mean, you know, the stone walls around it quite high. You'd have to climb up them to see over. The only way to really see through is the gate at the front,
That's-
unless you were flying or up top.
Okay.
That's fine, but imps can fly. Therefore,
So they can rise.
limited.
And smoke can get high.
As proven.
Yep.
Oh.
Look, in any case, we need to head out. So,
Yes.
Where were we meeting this guy?
Oh, the Iron Fist, Captain Zodge.
wasn't that going to be potentially... Because our contact was at the Elfsong Tavern, but I'm not sure exactly where we meet.
To hand in the ears, yes.
Because he came to us rather than us to them.
Yeah,
so...
did he tell us where the
We have a
Fist
place
were?
in the
So do you know
city.
he's with the Flaming Fist? Find the Flaming Fist member and I'll lead you to them.
Cool.
Well, it's the opposite. I prefer to, if possible, spend as little time in the open in the upper city, given that I now have multiple members of noble families after me for one reason or another. So,
But also sticking together is probably our best bet.
oh, definitely.
What was there? Lots of imps chasing us
Stick
around.
out.
Yeah,
Like,
well-
well.
That's a very good point, Mage Armor.
So it's all over adventure.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
all inventory. Just in case when we walk outside at the gate, we are ambushed by a horde of imps.
Ah, that's a fair
You
point.
hear footsteps working their way up the stairwell towards you. You look out, see Gorda walking up.
What's up?
Morning.
It's technically afternoon.
Yes, I know. And you should all be out there doing something.
Yes,
getting
but
some
he's
coffee.
really just about to leave, okay?
Good.
He's a red.
He walks across and sits down on the fireplace, and as he does, you see a bottom just pop and shoot off across the room. Anyway,
Hang on, sits down in front of the
about that gold.
fireplace. About what gold?
Getting gold.
Oh, right, yes,
You
of course.
know, working,
Yeah, yeah.
doing
Well,
gold.
we're literally about to collect gold from, you know.
Yes, but we need gold, and we need to start employing people to maintain this place if we want to keep a foothold here. They'll kick us out otherwise.
Alright.
Yes. Hang on, out of character question, didn't Beth Amber say that she'd sponsor a stipend to cover that?
No, she said she would
I'll just get
sponsor your
right.
10,000 gold.
Cool. Alright.
So you've got that there, which you could start using. But as soon as you do that, drop below 10,000, and technically you don't have that foothold anymore.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Cool. Right.
Well, we're about to cash in some years.
I am going to be a giant dick and get out the.
Do you have polymorph?
No, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out what I assume is like 5 satchels full to the brim of copper pieces, and just lay them out in front of him, and just go, there you go, 4,500 copper pieces, and pull out more satchels, all filled to the brim with silver pieces, 1,250 of those.
Oh, good. Take them to the bank, cash them in.
We have other things to do, and I don't see you doing a damn thing.
Yeah, well, it's not my job.
It can be.
How much are you going to pay me? See my point?
Dicks! Damn it!
We'll get there. I mean, we can essentially aim for the bank, and if we pass a member of the Flaming Fist on the way, we'll...
Cash in the ears, yes.
It's not hard to find them. They're everywhere.
Oh, good.
Good to know.
Alright, well, I guess I'm loading up satchels again. God damn it.
Hey, let me help.
I can possibly bring light to people's lives and convert them and then get money out of people that way.
Please.
Don't.
Religion has never done that. Don't start now.
Look, let's face it, if people want to walk their own path, that's fine. If you walk your path, don't try and change others. At least force them to change.
What if is there a temple of Eldath in the city?
There'd be an All Faith temple.
I was going to say, are there temples of Eldath full stop? Does Eldath actually promote
They're
having
more
temples?
groves,
Yeah.
like druids in nature, but there would be an All Faith temple that would have probably like a small altar or statue.
Would they have collection plates?
Probably not. They probably would at an All Faith church. There'd be nothing left in Eldath other than some twigs and flowers. And
Actually, I would just like to go to a grove. I think at some point. It's been a while
Can't we
since I've
create one in the
connected.
garden? Surely.
Oh,
Think about that. It's all a bit overgrown already. I'm sure you could tend to something there.
that's a good idea.
And you know what? It's inside the wall of force, so you're, for the most part, you would be the safest member of us.
How so?
Inside the giant magical barrier that things.
And therefore you are free to meditate and pray if you like, without any worry of interruptions.
I would like. I've got a lot of questions I need answers to. I lost my way.
Yes, but you see, his god actually has a chance of answering him.
If anyone's actually had their god answered, and I pull out my compass, I'm like, he's a dick. But at least he occasionally responds in some way or another. I'm sure he'll get back to me at some point, but oh well.
Well,
There's something lightning to
strikes you down for such impudence.
you feel that twinge in your head. The whole place is on fire.
Oh, jeez. Alright, but yeah, so we have got at another place to go to the bank. Fuck. It'll be fine.
If you're done talking about trees and shit, we can get out there and make some gold.
Hey! Hush now.
It's a circle.
You're speaking about Eldath.
You see him just casually toying with one of the daggers on his belt, staring into his
Come on,
face.
let's go.
Bring it, old man. You're overweight. I can take you.
Can we not do this
Before
now?
you even notice anything's happened, a dagger flies straight past you and embeds in the wall behind
Wisdom
you.
save. Shield of sanctuary.
Was he aiming at you, though?
Natural 20 on his attack, natural 20 on his save.
So that passes a 14.
That, and more to the point, that dagger is buried to the hilt in
Am I
that wall.
conscious? Oh, okay. Yeah.
It didn't hit you, it hit the wall.
I think the point has been made. Shall we go?
You look up, just the tiniest little bit has been trimmed off the side of your head. Not perceivable by the eye, but you can feel just that slight difference in the length.
Yeah, so we should go before any more buttons are
It's like on our way out, I'm whispering to Smoke frantically, just like, need I remind you, this is the guy who saved our ass from possibly hundreds of Shadowkai?
They're only about 30 of them, but whatever.
Single-handedly.
Smoke turns to. No, it's keeping phasing. and says, "Well done. That was a test. You passed. Let's head out of here."
Pleased to hear it. Now fuck off.
Smoke.
Let's go.
Fair enough.
To the bank.
You start heading out and you just see Gordon try and pull the dagger out. Gets his foot up.
I help him.
Nope.
Just hear him call down, get someone to fix that too while you're out.
Oh, fuck off.
You take it, you pay for it, good.
So you head down to the front door, open it and step out into the garden.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Continue forward.
Sure.
Alright, I quickly drop the barrier and we go through.
As you do, you see the streets are bustling now, later in the day.
Oh, of course, yeah. Makes sense. And we'll just, lock up on our way out.
You hear from behind you, Gordon go, oh, wait, come back for a sec.
I mean, look, we're still
What
locked
is
up.
it this time?
Round 2. Is that what you want?
He reaches into his coat and pulls out a small orb that's glowing. So we should let them get back in too, right? Here, touch this. We'll let you through the door. As you touch it, you just feel the ping. The light flares. Sort of away.
Fancy magic.
Barrier shouldn't stop you lot now.
Good.
So we don't even need to drop it to come in anymore.
No.
Perfect.
Do we get home?
No.
No.
It depends. What else are you doing?
I ain't giving you any flowers.
So, the bank?
Probably shouldn't have given one flower in fairness.
Yeah, so essentially we're going to the bank and on the way trying to find a flaming fist.
Yeah, we should definitely get the money first.
Saying flaming fist.
So if we're getting money, if we go to the bank,
It is now canon, it's the flaming fist.
if we're getting money, then we should go do that before the bank.
Yes, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
So you start walking down the streets that are now bustling with people moving about to trade, going in and out doing their business. You see some guard patrols, not the Flaming Fist, but the city guard. And ahead of you see someone with a crowd gathered around them wearing long robes, standing on a podium, with a book that you recognise from distance as the Book of Mistra. And as you start moving forward, we're going to go to break. So stick around, we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes, see what happens next.
Dun dun dun!
Gordon's buttons will pop. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Especially Midas, a special welcome back to you.
Perfect. I like special welcome backs.
So you hear ahead of you the crowd murmuring and someone on a podium calling out, reading from this giant leather-bound book with the symbol of Mr. on the front. Are you approaching or avoiding?
Smoke's approaching.
Avoiding the... Well...
You see an old man preaching from the top. It's like, demons of the night are storming the cities, vampires run free. Truly, this is the end of times. We must band together and believe in the power of Mistra. And everyone starts cheering.
Oh yeah, the vampire.
You, sir, approach. And a gentleman gets up, looking quite...
Shit.
Oh, shit, here we go.
Tell them what you saw. Well, I was at the northern gate and a creature, jet black, huge, almost like a dragon, claws, teeth, looked at me with dead red eyes.
I know what that is.
I feared for my life, but it flew off. But it could be back at any moment. You hear that, people? Any moment. It could approach again and kill us all.
Excuse me?
Oh, Professor, yes.
Yes, just don't worry, that is a creature from the Shadowfell and not a
Everyone
fiend.
starts gasping and panicking.
No, it's not it's not a fiend. It's from the Shadowfell. It's defending the city from the fiends.
Roll a persuasion.
You know what? I am proficient in that, so I can assist you.
Oh, thank you, because I just rolled with advantage because
you felt like
I was assuming I was rolling.
Yeah.
I assumed disadvantage there.
But
Persuasion, you say, not performance. I am doing my professor
the
turn.
crowd.
Oh,
Yeah, that's just waiting for that.
I got more. I'm proficient in performance.
Well,
16.
A couple of the crowd seem somewhat more happy with that. The man present says, "You call yourself a follower of Mystery,
No.
you know nothing."
No, but I do know that, of course, the forces of the Hells are approaching the city, but that is not one of them. We've got to
Did
be
you hear the forces of hell, people?
We have to
Everyone
be
starts screaming.
correct about such
A couple of women run off.
you're not making the situation better. We're just gonna slide on that.
Always. Hello.
You have to have faith in Mystery. You see here disappearing in the background, crowd murmurs and cheers.
have faith in your own abilities, you all.
Oh, okay, we'll just drag you as well, I guess.
No, I'm walking off. I am not even dealing with this shit.
Smoke's still there, just listening.
Oh, drag and smoke along.
You see a couple of men walk past, sort of probably in their late 20s, and did you hear vampires in the city? I don't know if I believe it, but
It's only one.
I know, Smoke's like, vampires? Where?
well, there's been something. Haven't you heard? Ever since last night, a beautiful woman, raven black hair.
I love beautiful women.
I don't think you love this one. Be careful.
Yeah, she sucks.
And not in the fun way.
Oh, for God's sake.
I think you just lost 2 students going to your college.
Both of you.
Even Smoke is like, oh.
Oh,
Where was it
jeez.
sighted?
Oh, down near the docks somewhere.
Dogs. Interesting.
Oh, jeez. Are we going vampire hunting in addition to everything
Well,
else?
they're not cultists.
You know what? Can't argue with that.
So, on your business, we're responsible.
And did you hear about the big fiend that apparently is circling the top?
Yeah, just in reference to that, may or may not have come across an old woman in a room with a sarcophagus of blood, whom we assumed was okay and an alright sort. Kind of let her out of the bathhouse. She promptly turned into a vampire.
Oh. That would have been helpful information to hear about.
Yeah. So far, the tally for monsters that we've let free is 2 for 2.
You hear someone just down the street go, "Giant crab, bullshit," and keep walking.
That one we didn't let free.
Hang on,
at the
how do
very
I know
least.
about that?
Gorhawk?
Will you be telling people?
I mean, it's definitely a story.
Yeah.
Legion.
I mean, get good.
Yeah, Legion as well.
Perhaps there's more than one giant flying crab.
No.
You can feel a real tension in these streets. People are being stirred up into a bit of a frenzy. Everyone roll perception for me.
I was going to say good for them and move on with my life, but no, I've rolled too high on perception for that.
Paige is assisting me.
Natural 20.
Yep. Nat 20 of all time.
I think I
Also
possibly
got it on the new cast dice. It was a 20 and
I
it was
think I
a
possibly rolled a 1, 2, and a 3 in a row with that dice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
17 rolls.
Yeah, yeah.
So you
So
said
that will be
persuasion?
Perception.
Oh, perception.
24.
Yeah.
Oh, just barely higher than me, 23.
I'm natural 20.
What you fucking...
What did Smoke get for perception?
4 perception.
I have a.
9.
Oh, hang on.
You're distracted by this talk of giant crab, obviously being straight from your imagination. The other three of you hear a bit of commotion behind you where the preacher was, and turn around to see some flaming fist guards breaking up the crowd and dispersing.
Oh,
Flaming fist.
we need them! I guess we're walking back to that situation.
Yes.
Brilliant. Alright, yes, onward, moving, doing the thing.
Yep.
They are. I actually can just wait for them to disperse things. You know, don't have to get
Yeah,
involved.
rather not get in their way.
Yeah, don't have to get more involved than we already have.
Doesn't take them long. They disperse the crowd. They have some stern words to the preacher, who decides it's probably not worth his time, and there's very highly armed guards telling him to stop.
Fair call. Yeah.
Hitches
Sounds
up
right.
his robes, as you've seen the professor do, and trots off down the road.
Ugh.
You all do that.
Well, you don't want to get them dirty. Actually, I'm sorry.
Sure,
Sorry,
you
I forgot
have
who I was
to-
speaking to.
Move on, please. Move on. Nothing to see here.
Excuse us, we were appointed by Zodge to help clear out some cultists, and we have some evidence of our work.
Who are you?
The Dogs of Mercy.
Excellent. Report to him. He'll be in the upper city near the Basilisk Gate.
Thank you.
Brilliant, thank you very much. We'll be on your way.
Make sure you don't go on the other side. It's dangerous.
Of course. For now.
Everywhere's dangerous.
If he's not on this side, make sure you send for him.
Will do.
On your way.
Let's head on off.
Upper city near the serpent gate.
Basilisk.
Basilisk gate. Well,
Close enough.
yeah. I had my mythical creatures sort of right.
Mostly.
Does it look like there's any like markets or something like that on the way?
Yeah, plenty of markets, plenty of small shops, a couple of inns,
But
taverns.
guess who's got the money? You got your
Well,
own.
I would, I am a healer, and yes, I talk about milk all the time.
Correct.
But I'm a super awesome healer, and I could do with some like first aid kits or whatever they call them here. So maybe it might be a good idea if we pick up 1 or 2, or 3 or 4.
6.
I was gonna say, or like 23 because we probably got the cash for it.
And some
You should at least be somewhat savvy with how we spend our money.
Well, yeah. I mean, how much are we being sponsored for?
And let's make sure
Basically
we.
enough to ensure that we have the required 10,000 gold in savings, but we are going to require more than that if we want to employ.
Perhaps we should get them off with a flaming fist. I have a feeling the army might have
Requisitioned?
That's the word, recognitioned. All the healing equipment.
That would.
If they're expecting violence,
you'll speak truth.
but incorrectly.
You also know that Howazars would be on the way.
I recognitioned your wise wisdom.
Thank you.
How's that? I'm the best with that word. Good lord.
That's a Brett thing, I think.
Anyway, so how was ours on the way? Yes.
Also, I would Smoke would really love to find some milk if there happens to be some along the way.
Wouldn't be hard to find.
Cool.
Brilliant.
In fact, you know what? You find a milk vendor. With every sort of milk you can imagine.
Alright, what kind of NPC voice have we got for this one? I'm kidding.
Hello there.
Oh, Christ.
Some milk, are we?
Oh, yeah, just a bit.
Oh yeah. What can I get you?
Oh, I like, what animals do you have milk from here?
Well, I've got goat, I've got rat, I've got horse.
Oh my god.
Wouldn't recommend that one. I've got dairy milk from cows. Spider's milk. Also wouldn't recommend it.
Dog milk?
Don't be ridiculous there.
How does one possibly choose from all of these awesome choices?
Oh, the most expensive one's the best.
Oh, I'll get one of those.
No.
Can I, guys?
Do you have...
There's some dairy.
I was going to say, if you've got the money for it, you totally can.
I have no idea. Did I get any money along the way?
What is the most expensive one?
So it looks around, makes those noises. Do have some dragon's milk.
I do
Might
like...
actually be useful if he's telling
I
us.
would like to make an alchemy check to see if that is like
a thing that dragons make?
No. Well, with eggs, probably not.
Smoke, now his new obsession is to find a dragon that can milk.
25 on the alchemy check.
This is like even worse than the
snake.
bard.
There's dragon milk? No, there's no such thing.
No such thing as dragon's milk.
At least not from any normal dragon.
So, probably not that.
Are you calling me a lie now, sir?
Well, you were trying to keep it on the down low that you had it at all. So,
Oh, of course. Prohibited. Shouldn't be selling it. Just trying to help out someone who's a fellow milk connoisseur.
I think we'll just stick with the dairy kind. Thank you very much.
All right, that'll be 2 coppers for 2 bottles.
You'll be fine.
I would like to. Sir, I do not doubt your ability to make and source ridiculously awesome milk.
Oh,
but
good.
I am a connoisseur.
I
which
doubt his
that.
ability to make milk.
Let's not read into too much to what I just said. I would like to have a sample.
Oh,
if
very
you know
well.
what I
Very
mean.
well. Hold. You get some bottles.
Stop it. Gross.
I'm sorry. Put the coins down. You can try it.
I think that is not how. Have you done this before?
Yes, it's my job, sir.
But,
If you're not satisfied, you get your coins back.
Smoke. It's 2 copper. Put it down.
oh, is that all it was? Yes! So he puts the 2 coppers down.
Very well, sir.
Smoke takes a it just darts out of, like a cat just darting its tongue out to it. Just once.
It tastes like very fresh dairy milk.
By God, this is the freshest, finest taste of milk I've ever had in my
Of
life.
course it is. You bought it from Old Mundoon.
Old man doing, there we go.
Here's a side of silver
You
across.
had a name.
10 more, please.
It'll keep him entertained for.
We have any way to refrigerate that? That's going to go off, isn't it?
It might.
Why?
It's not a bag of coaling.
It's on the Astral Sea. Time does not pass there.
I
Not for living
have,
creatures.
Fair point.
I have a hat. I could get rid of the water that's currently in it and just save it with milk, fill it with
What do you
milk.
do with your own milk?
How
It's up
much,
to you.
sir, would it take to fill my hat with 10 gallons of milk?
I don't know if 10 gallons will fit in there. He starts playing with his long handlebar moustache.
Take it off and pour out the water that's already in there. Prove that it can.
Smoke does that.
Where are you pouring it?
Just into the street.
just right next to me.
Gotta.
Oh, well, good show, sir. Good show. Gold piece and I filled it all the way up for you.
Now, where, 10 gallons of milk.
Yes. That's what
For
he's
one
saying.
gold. You just said that.
Oh,
Yes. A gold. 1 gold piece.
please.
Do you seriously not have 1 gold piece?
You should have some money.
Ah, 2 copper.
Puts the hat back on. I don't have any. I gave all my money to the orphanage back in the day, and
Did, didn't you?
Actually cared about his brothers and sisters, unlike some.
Shush
Oh.
you.
I think that
I made new brothers and sisters, all of whom died.
I think 1 gold is the least you could do for.
1 gold. It's genuinely the least I could do. To your smoke. You know what? Just to spite you, just so that I still have even numbers on my accounting sheet of paper, I'm going to give you 10 silver pieces instead. That way, I'm down 1 gold in a different way, but still in tens.
Would Smoke have any idea that 10 silver pieces equals 1 gold?
I'm going to try intelligence check.
Are you like intelligence 15 or something?
At this point, I'm just
No.
Guess what I just rolled?
What?
A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I mean, at this point, I'm
Is
just.
intelligence minus or is
I
it
mean,
not?
It's
I think
plus.
it's 8.
You don't really know.
No,
You don't deal with money a lot.
Yeah.
But if Raz tells you it is, it probably is.
Alright. Alright. Gives him the 10 silver pieces. Will this do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a winning number 10. Good to you, sir. Now, hat, please.
Passes the hat over.
He starts filling it up. So, cool. Just keeps going, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gonna be busy tomorrow, Bess. You see around the corner of a large dairy cow.
It's like the counter's down an alleyway in the high city.
That's it.
Wow. It's a very special hat.
Yes. Oh, there we go. 26 bottles. Oh, careful with that. It should be much heavier.
Well,
Smoke just like eyes it off nervously and a bit worried about putting it on its head.
Well, this is a thing that happened today.
I hope this ends well. Oh no, hang on. Well, I hope this ends well.
So this is that accent.
Yeah, damn. Is it possible to attach like a tube, like a straw from the hat to Smoke's mouth? Or like just is that a thing that exists in this world? Or?
You could give it a shot, like a hollowed reed or something you find in
Yeah, later problem, later.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What was his name again?
I'll do.
Old Mundoon also has a
Mundoon.
handlebar moustache.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he does.
Love it.
Oh,
Brilliant.
he's based on someone in real life, right?
I hope so. I haven't met him, but
Probably lives up in the sort of Essex area, I guess.
Oh, that was great. Oh,
Moustache milk and milk.
Well, now that we've got that sorted,
finally.
shall we keep going? The Basilisk Gate, wasn't it?
That's the one.
he's got like a flat hat and takes it off. Good day to you all.
Good
Day to see you all again soon.
Smoke takes off the hat and says, good day to you too, sir.
Enjoy the milk. I'm sure you will. Starts whistling as you walk down the street. Packing up the empty bottles.
Smoke does a little run and then jumps up to the side and like clicks his feet together. So it's like his feet together. Yeah.
The classic like musical theatre guy, just like happy. Love it.
So you start heading down through the streets.
Please.
Still bustling, still has that air of tension, even as you walk through the streets further away. Heading towards the Basilisk Gate, you notice you're about a block away from Harbazar's.
Do you need to make a stop off? Or?
We're probably going to come back this way on the way back, yeah.
That's a fair point.
It'll
I
be
think
fine.
we're better off collecting our money first anyway.
Yeah, basically.
Still that finger of death spell.
Look,
It's been taunting me.
as
this
cool
entire
as
time.
cool as that is, it's super dangerous.
And
So of
very
course I'm going to let you have it. No one has stopped me from having a dangerous thing yet. I haven't really asked for many, but that's beside the point.
That's a good point, actually. All right, shall we continue?
Yes.
So you head through the streets, heading down towards the Basilisk Gate. A child runs up and pulls on you.
Yes.
Oh. Uh-oh.
There's a vampire in the city.
I know.
I hold their hand out expectantly.
Well done. I'll give those the goblins.
Thank you. They run off down the street.
That went smoother than expected.
What?
was that?
It was a little gift from Roos.
Team has a network.
Yeah, I'm not even going that far, just a little gift from Roos.
Yeah.
That was his organisation, that was his doing.
So you head to the Basilisk Gate, and it is far more congested than usual.
Wow.
It seems like they're not letting people in or out, and a lot of people obviously have left already, but a lot of people complaining and hoping the gates will open. You do see some of the Flaming Fist at the gate, backing up the guards.
We'll ask some of the Flaming Fist guards, just try to shout over the crowd, or if we can get near enough to actually have a conversation with them, be just like, is Captain Sarge around?
Roll a dex check to try and get through the crowd, or a performance check to try and shout over it.
Dex check is still higher. 10.
So you start pushing away through the crowd. There's a very large muscular man who shouts back and goes, "Wait, I like the rest of us."
Well, that was rude.
Let me try my student voice.
I'll cast guidance.
16.
21.
Lots.
Captain Zarge!
Everyone around you
Of
just
course, he was a
stops and turns to
lecturer,
look,
wasn't he?
and sort of just some subconsciously step back a little bit, parting way for you.
Just stride through like own the place.
Yep. They seem to like you.
Absolutely striding next to him. Because that is the kind of fucking power move I want to be around.
The Flaming Fist don't seem impressed, but the city guards do sort of stand up a little bit straighter. Professor, good day.
Thank you. Thank you, you too. We're looking for Captain Zodge. Lady Clary here is.
Well, we all are, but
I think he went north to the upper city.
Oh, right. Through this gate.
Bro?
Are you able to allow us through?
Oh, it's not a good idea, sir.
Sir, I think you've found we're a very capable group of individuals.
You haven't seen what's beyond the gate.
I was going to say, let's not be too hasty.
Let's really not be too hasty. So where did you say he was heading off to?
Up to the Black Dragon Gate.
And
The other member of the Flaming Fists did say we could.
send for him.
Send
yes.
for him.
In fact, not only did they say we could, they encouraged us to.
We were working to investigate cultist activity. We have some proof of our investigations.
Oh, well, very good.
We have some
The
ears.
city's grateful for your service.
And we're looking for...
We need to report to Captain Zodge as soon as possible with our findings.
Well, I think he's rather busy at the moment. You could meet him at the gate. That would be the best bet. I don't think he would have moved from there for a while.
That
There's a lot
sounds like
going
our
on
best
there.
bet.
All right. Look, if we promise, we'll just go to meet Captain Zodge and be right back.
You
Since
want
it's-
to go through the gate still.
Since it's not such a good idea to go through there, if we're only through there to talk to him and then straight back, it
But
should be fine,
geography's
right?
off. Hang on. Do we have to go through that gate to get to, or are we going back a different way to
You
get to a
could go
different
through the
gate?
inside, or you could technically skirt around hugging the wall through the wall.
When he said meet at the gate, did he mean basilisk or dragon?
He told you the basilisk. Obviously.
But this guy said meet him at the gate. Did he mean this one or the other one?
Black Dragon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in which case it makes more sense to try and get to that gate by, like, it's still inside the city rather than going out, if possible.
Probably. I mean, it would be
That
less
would make
crowded on the
more
outside.
sense. Less crowded on the outside, but then we also still have to go outside the gate and then get back in again.
What is the problem over there?
Oh, there's hundreds that are dead.
From?
Attacks from Ultrarel.
Oh, right. I think we're best off staying inside the city limits while we can for now.
Sir, have you studied magic beasts?
Yes.
A giant black winged demon with sharpened teeth is rumoured to be flying around. Do you know anything about it?
That is the Shadowfell one, right?
Yes. I assume so.
Yeah. I mean,
That is not part of the Devil Forces. That is something that is attacking them and defending the city.
Oh, are you sure?
It's last we checked, it was specifically feasting on the devils. Yes.
Oh, well, best let Zodge know that too.
We will.
Yes, before it gets turned against us.
And, sir, do you know if it's true? Vampires inside the city.
I've heard.
That is true.
So,
One.
One.
But once we've dealt with once we've spoken to Captain Zodge, we will we'll add that to the list of things we must do. I'm sure
I
he'll
think
pay
you
us.
can.
Yeah. We think we can.
Oh, well, very well. If you can, wouldn't be in your debt even further, I suppose.
That's never a bad thing.
In which case, may the gods speed you.
Traveller guide you. Let's head on over.
Ryan's just in his head is just like, they've literally never done either of those things.
So yeah, you head straight through the upper city. The nobles seem to be less prone to walking about, they're mostly locked in their houses. You head to the Black Dragon Gate, and there's basically an army here now,
Yeah.
all waiting in lines up to the gate in formation. From the distance as you move, you see the gate open and close a few times, and platoons come in and go out.
Okay. Yeah. Can you try that shouty thing again?
I think this might be the area for the lady.
You sure? Very well.
You are a noble, right? I think you should,
Technically.
if you act like it, we'll get there quicker.
You
By
notice-
name, at
You
least.
do notice that as you walk up, some of the military platoons have different symbols on them, from Neverwinter and Waterdeep.
Oh, okay. So it's Lord's Alliance
Yep.
kind of thing. Okay.
I will back up how official you're trying to look with my proficiency in performance.
All things mine. Retinue time.
Yes, exactly.
And I'll back her up with Smoke will back her up with his amazing charisma and fancy looking hat.
Just doing a moonwalk.
You know. So
Sit on that.
Kind of just be like trying to remember those old etiquette lessons from when I was a kid, back straight, all that, and just sort of walk forward and.
Roll a performance check.
Okay.
I just rolled performance on the moonwalk just in case I need it.
And can I offer advantage with my proficiency in performance?
It's an 18
Have you
on the
proficient?
moon.
You're
I
proficient?
am.
I am not proficient.
Then
We were both proficient.
We are
though.
both.
Does that help?
not much.
Oh, dicks.
How important is this roll going to be?
You're not sure yet.
It's like a 3
Not
Pretty
pretty
good.
good. Plus anything.
Could be a 17.
plus. I know it could be a 17.
Yeah, but it's plus what?
It's yeah. Because if it was 17, I could bring it up to a 19.
Oh, so look, let's do it. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do it. That's a 19.
Yay.
Yeah, so you start heading up, prim and proper, looking like you belong here. You see a couple of the guards turn around the platoon and sort of call out to the generals who turn around and nod, and two of them fall into step next to you and start marching to the front.
I could get used to this.
You get to the gate where you see a few of the generals. Most of them aren't wearing as heavy an armour. Most of them quite old. A lot of grey hair. Very weathered looking, but very capable looking men.
Brilliant. Do I see Captain Zolch among them or any Flaming Fist members around
You
here?
see some Flaming Fist members around the gate. Now they are looking a lot more structured than they have been in the city,
Yeah.
forming into groups.
I might approach one of them to inquire about Captain Zolch's whereabouts.
They look up and see you with two soldiers flanking you, and stand up straighter. Ma'am?
Excuse me, I was wondering. We're here looking for Captain Zolch.
Ah,
Have you
yes.
seen him?
He's just on the outside.
Would you perhaps call for him? I'd rather not go outside if potentially
Uh,
necessary.
I could try, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll just let him know that we have information about the cultists.
Very well. He walks up to the gate and talks to someone. They pull it up just enough for him to duck under, and then it slams closed behind him. And you're all left waiting.
So what sort of, I guess, not exactly nationalities, they're city-states, but which guards do I have, out of curiosity?
Which guards? You have these are city guards.
Oh, just city guards.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How close are we to those generals?
Pretty close. Probably about 30 feet away.
I'm eavesdropping.
Yep.
21.
Yep, there's a general with dark grey hair, cut quite short, wearing plate armour that looks more decorative than functional, insisting that they need to call on the armies of Chult and get the beasts of their land to come and help.
They seem to be interested in getting some of those monstrous beasts from Chult and their armies up here. That,
They really
I've
must
always
be
wanted to
getting
see them.
desperate.
Great.
Monstrous beasts, you'll say.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're
like giant lizard things.
Oh.
tyrants of lizards.
Yes.
Oh. Tell me more. Tell me more.
That's all I know, except they are
No,
prized beasts for those interested in polymorph spells and some druids.
And they've got teeth as long as your arm and claws as long as both your legs.
Smoke is holding out and looking at his arms and legs. Wow.
Have you seen a rhinoceros? With its singular long horn? There is one, I've heard of 3 horns with armor plating for head. Like a headdress.
That sounds amazing. I must meet one of those one day.
Hopefully on friendly terms.
I wonder if it can be... No.
No.
I've already got some.
No. We are in the company of military. Let's.
I'm still moonwalking.
On the spot.
Luckily, he's not one of the retinue.
If they're going to be calling on states outside the Lord's Alliance, that does not bode well.
No, it doesn't. Has that even happened before? I'm not sure.
Not that I'm aware of.
Natural 20, 27.
They've never gone that far.
Never that far before. At least not in any history that is written.
With
Well,
that
I mean-
history, you know that there's some rocky relationships between a lot of those states and Chult.
Well, I mean, given the state of things and the fact that this basically threatens the entire material plane, I mean, when else is everyone going to actually work together? But, you know.
Always good for a change.
As you're eavesdropping and listening in, you notice just a flash of bright red hair through the crowd of generals, and you hear a voice say, and how do you propose we even get them here? Via boat? And then you hear them talking about the teleportation magics and...
Can I make a history check to see if any of House... Was it Vermouth? No, that's the drink.
Van Thamper?
Van Thamper is there.
yeah.
Oh.
18 on the history check.
I'm also proficient in history, so.
No, I'm not.
So.
Am I proficient? Jesus.
No, not history, probably.
Also, that was my second roll with True North, and that's a 10, so that's a 10.
What luck?
It's the first time this happened.
Got away with it.
There doesn't seem to be. You know the house isn't very large. It's Lady Van Thamper and her 3 sons, and now 2 sons, as you know, in the city.
I cast message to Clary and I said, just sort of whisper quietly, if you speak to Captain Zoj, perhaps we make a deal about the people funding the cultists? Wipe a debt?
It's a possibility.
Ooh, wrapping the fuck out.
On the other hand, I do like the idea of preserving my own safety.
Then you're in the wrong line of work.
That's not just one.
Shush you.
There's a difference between being killed by devils and such, attempting to do something, and being blackmailed and eventually killed out of. I prefer. Look,
You're in
I
charge.
like keeping my deals.
You
Let's
are.
put it that way.
You are in charge.
You
Am I?
hear the gate open and
sure.
look up to see the guard you sent up returning with Captain Zodge. You notice Captain Zodge, his hair's matted and plastered to his head with sweat and blood. You can see where his sword has been hilted. You can see blood dripping from that as well. And he comes up to you, looking very exhausted. Dogs of Mercy.
Well met.
How have you gone?
First of all, you're welcome for the break. Second of all, I get the bag, hold it up by the top of it upside down, and just say ears. And
Excellent.
38 ears pour out of it promptly.
How many dead?
I did the maths on that a second ago. 19.
He pulls out a scroll and starts writing on it. Rolls it up and hands it to you.
So,
Take it to the treasury. They'll cash that in for you.
yep, we'll read that, and that's for the amount of how much?
What was it?
So 190 for the ears, and for
200 each.
yeah, for everyone's participation. I wasn't able to claim who was actually in, so that means that he's probably only written down.
Was it
for
200 for each year?
200 for each person.
Yeah, so
And
you paid
10
out.
for each pair of ears.
So 3,800 plus what? What was the last bit? 10 for.
No.
So 200 each, so 800.
Yep.
Plus how many sets?
19.
19.
So 190
extra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would anyone have with these armies converging? Would there be like a medical officer of some sort with possibly a first aid kit? And Smoke would like to use that if there is one.
Yeah, some of the local businesses have been cleared out for use as military bases, and
yeah.
there are some you can see people that are obviously trained minister clerics coming in and out.
Cool. Smoke just walks up to Captain Zod and asks him,
Yes.
"Sir, you look rather hurt. Would you mind if I help you out with that? I'm a very skilled healer."
Oh, thank you, but I'm okay. This is the blood of my enemies.
Speaking of enemies, the cult was being funded by cultists of Tiamat.
Oh, Tiamat.
Well, so, yeah, well,
Cultists of Tiamat.
well,
Interesting.
yeah. At the very least, they had invested some relics to them.
No, there were evidence of dragon cultists there as well. Seemed to be pulling the strings. They summoned some sort of monstrous beast that took on a form of someone's nightmare.
Not quite sure how
Very
they got.
curious.
Not quite sure how they got the image of that nightmare, but that question aside. Also the big black winged thingy that people have been talking about up and down the city. That last time we checked was feasting on the devils and fiends that were coming out of Elturel. So maybe don't shoot that out of the sky if you can avoid it.
It's
We
off the
weren't
Shadowfell.
sure, but yes, you're right. It does seem to be.
It is
We're
off.
just waiting for it to turn on us.
It is off the Shadowfell. It promised not to attack the city, only the devils.
As long as they were there to be eaten, yes.
Well, there's plenty there left to be eaten. Nothing to worry about there.
Yeah. Basically, kill it last.
Yes, well, until it turns on us, I see no need to kill it immediately. That's not my call. My men won't, but for the other lords, I can't make any promises.
We have also heard of a vampire in the city. Is that something you would be interested in us removing?
Vampire in the city. As soon as we're called to do business here, everything goes to hell, literally and figuratively.
Well,
Well, I guess
And
when there's chaos
metaphorically.
in the city, it means that more things can fester.
Yes.
I mean, other way around, but semantics.
Yes, look, anything you take care of in the city, I'll see you're rewarded well.
How?
Many things.
What proof shall we bring of a vampire?
You've proven yourselves trustworthy. Just bring me some form of proof.
Let's hope you didn't give that reaction.
Ooh, well, I mean, not out loud.
Definitely recognizing something like a look.
Yeah.
Gave that reaction internally. Got an inside face.
This is a very small, like, tiny shit-eating grin, just like...
Yeah, just like kind of cheeky wink.
He wipes his brow, just flicking sweat and blood down. He's like, well, let's get back to it.
Professor, could you? We don't want the captain being blinded by the gore on his face.
Well, thank you. We'll be back shortly, no doubt, but thank you.
Traveller guide you all. Certainly interesting times out there.
Yes, let's hope they stay less interesting in here, thanks to you lot.
I hope so.
Yeah, definitely.
You know how to find me.
We do. Thank you very much.
He turns and heads back to the gate, speaks on a lift up, he goes down and disappears.
To the bank?
To the bank.
No.
Now I'm just thinking of like Mary Poppins. Like.
You would know this is basically wartime. These funds would work differently. You're paid by him through a stipend, and there would be someone around here dealing with payments.
We should probably find a quartermaster first in order to...
Very good point.
Hey, you're the one who knows what's going on.
Soldier, where's the quartermaster?
I think he's taken over the old inn down the road there.
Perfect. We can get alcohol over there.
Lead on.
Potentially, it's probably all being used up.
I'm asking one of our escorts.
Anyway.
Okay. They nod and start marching you down the street. You come to a fairly large building that's been, all the tables have been cleared, the bar's being used like a bank counter. You see some safes have been moved in. You see Lord Silversword overseeing the operation.
Good to know. I might just hang at the back and give him a piece of paper to Montbank and let him deal with this one.
Certainly. Right here, I'll handle this.
Sure thing. As long as you hand me the gold afterwards.
I'll back him up. Smoke will back.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You go and see if you can get some of those medical supplies.
Requisition some medical supplies.
All right then.
Hide inside.
You see a very tall, intimidating looking orc standing behind the counter. Good day, sir.
Yep.
Ah, yes, very good. Pulls out a sealing wax and a stamp and stamps the bottom of it. Hands it to Lord Silversword, who inspects it and stamps it himself. One moment. He turns around and starts undoing one of the safes. You see a few of the guards step in behind him. And after a few moments, he starts counting the gold out on the counter for you.
Yep.
Thank you for your service to the city.
I'm pleased to give this to your lord.
Thank you, sir.
Here you go.
Brilliant. We are 990 gold richer. Yes, let's leave. Absolutely.
And so, Smoke has, it's gone to requisition some medical supplies.
Yep.
Try to find someone to get some first aid kits or healers kits from. Yep.
Raz, I was thinking perhaps it might be worth the 200 gold being distributed as personal funds and then the rest kept as party.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I mean, you're probably right, but it also means giving 200 gold to Smoke.
Oh, that's a fair point. Actually. Never mind, just leave it in there for
Smoke has
now.
wandered off at this point. Probably doesn't hear that. The way that, if only he knew the way that they talked about him. Oh god. Good thing he doesn't care. Really.
Yeah. You make a solid point. Count out 200 gold, hand it to you, 200 more, hand it to you.
Well,
And just put the rest into the bag because, hey, I'm the one holding on to it.
What about a piggy bank or something for Smoke? Like a deposit that he can just draw from when he
basically his own
mature
personal
enough.
funds.
Yeah.
Trust fund.
Yeah. Getting high fund.
I'll give it to the imp.
That's what the trust fund is.
Yeah.
So you separate from the rest of the group, start working your way through the crowd.
Yeah.
As you get enough distance between you and people start looking around, a couple of soldiers step in front. Excuse me, where are you going? Who are you?
My name is Smoke, and I am with the Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y. Who are you?
Probably should
We
say
are
that.
soldiers here protecting the front line.
Well met. I have been tasked, my company, how do I say this, platoon, if you will, has been tasked with ridding the city of threats within. So, Captain Zarge, I believe you've heard of him.
I have.
Good.
Hysterical fan.
He mentioned that there might be somewhere I can get some medical supplies because my specialty is healing.
Is that so? Probably use your services here then. Have you got your paperwork or insignia on you then?
Smoke has a crisis of conscience, of faith here. Does he join that? Sorry, what was that, sir?
Paperwork or insignia, please.
Smoke reaches around, has a look in his bag, looking for something. Would I have something?
Yeah.
Oh, one moment.
You have the feet. How do you not?
I left my ID with my my
Other pants.
I'll be back. Don't you go anywhere. And then Smoke
Let's
goes
follow
up.
him. Well, I'll just start following you.
Okay, fair enough. Yep, cool. I need to find something insignia. I've still got those charcoal
Bits, yes, you
have I seen what an insignia would look like?
I mean,
Wouldn't be in charcoal.
yeah.
You've seen other mercenary guilds, and they are registered guilds, and they have their own insignia, sort of like a police badge.
We aren't actually a registered guild.
Oh, of course we're not, because
Why would we be?
yeah, we just rocked up into like the slummiest part of town and was like, yep, we're an adventuring guild.
Stab.
Proof is in the pudding.
Not even that. We're just like a group of adventurers. We didn't even like think of ourselves as a guild.
Yeah, like Gordo just goes out and grabs shit off the board. It's like, yes, this is perfect. God damn it. You're gonna have to take a healer's exam.
Well, perhaps I could make a trade of sorts.
Who are you talking to?
The guard that was escorting me. If he could help. Like, look, sir, you are mighty fine at your job. Like, the way you've been escorting me, wow, not just anyone could do that.
I'm going to roll for his intelligence quickly.
That's not a high number.
Thank you.
Now, I've heard that there are some healers kits around here.
Yep.
But apparently need some sort of insignia or stamp. Might I borrow yours? And I could make a trade of sorts. I've got some of the finest, was it dragon's milk?
No, you've got regular milk, sorry.
You've got dairy milk.
I got some quality dragon's milk right up in this hat. You wouldn't believe it, but I do.
Dragon's milk? Never even heard of it.
Yeah. The effects that it will have on you, it will make you feel alive, and you will get your bones will feel really strong and healthy.
Roll a persuasion.
Did you just say his bones will feel strong and milky?
Healthy.
Healthy?
A little bit milky too.
Do they have calcium in this one?
Jason the Dragons.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
that's with a plus 8 to persuasion. No, fuck that though.
You know, I was thinking that I was sad that we went and grabbed the milk, but now I'm so happy.
17
God.
for persuasion. Never know when milk might come in handy.
But I'll get in trouble if I don't do my job.
Oh, you say this isn't your job.
Well, this is just like, well, son, sometimes life is about taking risks. And if you're not taking risks, then you're not really living life. Did not your mom ever tell you that?
That sounds more like Clary.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that was shockingly real. You've rubbed off on me, holy fuck.
Oh my goodness. I mean, we're not there to hear it.
I'm just glad that somebody
They
did.
don't even let me fight out the front. I think
Oh,
I'll cut my own arm off or something.
really? Well, we're trying to put an end to a vampire. Would you have any interest in joining us in that? Yeah.
No, then I'll be a deserter. And they'll kill me. They'll take my head.
You need that slightly more than your arm.
Well, I should have asked this before, but what's your name?
My name?
Do you have one?
Yes.
Remember? It's written on the back of his hand.
What is it?
Torb.
Torb?
Torb.
What a name. Your mama must be so proud of you.
I was gonna say
No. She thinks I'm a failure.
Why do I feel the need to write that down?
I'm writing it down.
Please, someone do.
It would be an emotional scene we come across.
Look, Todd, I wouldn't want you to get in any trouble.
Ah, good.
Would you know of anywhere? Maybe you could escort me So maybe you could escort me somewhere else that might have some healers kits.
You see the cogs ticking in his head. He's like, maybe you left your insignia over at the medical tent.
Right?
Isn't that literally where they just came from?
No, you can only be that far.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, is there a way that I can get to the medical tent?
Oh, I better take you there.
Oh, if you must.
I'll get dragon's milk though, right?
As much dragon's milk as you could ever hope for.
Alright, this way. He starts leading you through the crowd.
This is not just a great old plan. He has no idea what it actually is.
I think he did as
pretty
well,
cool.
but it's old Torb.
Oh. Smoke just wipes sweat off his brow.
I love it.
Smoke follows.
Yeah. Eventually led through, it looks like an old inn that's been cleared and the beds have been brought down from upstairs. You see a lot of injured soldiers being worked on by healers and clerics.
I go up to the nearest one and just, the nearest healer, and I sir, or ma'am, or whatever you persuaded to be.
You see a dragonborn standing there.
Well, Matt, might I assist you?
How can you assist?
Smoke just cracks some knuckles and just
Little toe beans popping out.
Yeah,
uses cure wounds on the nearest person.
Yep.
No, the nearest sick individual. Sorry guys, this is what I'm afraid about.
I mean, look, you're definitely getting recruited, is what I think at this point.
yeah.
Roll on you go.
And look, I'm a mighty fine healer, but unfortunately I've done, well, maybe not as much healing as I would like lately, but you might know of where I could find a kit? I'm running very low on supplies and the world needs this.
We've got them here, but we need them all.
Well, perhaps if I use cure wounds on another one, you won't need a healer's kit for that person.
Roll a persuasion with disadvantage.
Well, at least it's big because your hat. Oh.
13?
If only your roll was big too.
What are you going to use it for?
To heal people, of course.
Which people? We need them here. We've got soldiers dying on our front lines.
Well, how about I make you a deal too?
What could possibly go wrong? I like the sounds of that.
I will bring you back 2 healers kits.
He wouldn't happen to be a blue dragonborn, would he, just by chance?
No, he's Black Dragonborn.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
Whoa. Are you prejudiced at the door, please?
I will as soon as this is the coaster.
Upon my honor, which I'm sure I have some if I look really hard somewhere, I will find at least 2 healers kits and double what I've taken as a token of my appreciation. Also, if you have anything else you could possibly need, then I can hunt that down for you and bring that back as well.
2 healers kits sounds fair, as long as you use all the magic your god provides to heal those here first.
Done. Does that.
Use up all your spell slots.
God healing.
Yes.
Sure.
That's
Yes.
literally what I
That is-
said.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
the deal.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that's done. That's us.
Healer is out.
9 spell slots down.
Plus, then also you can just use spare the dying on all the rest of them.
It's true, you can.
Oh, I should try to get away with. Never.
Nah, you're,
Alright,
you're
cool.
boned.
All of that for a healer's kit. Totally worth it.
A healer's kit?
And also the satisfaction of doing some good in this world.
Yeah, for once. You're not.
Chaotically, I
You
might add.
didn't murder 8 people this session. That's brilliant.
I also. Oh, wait. Gotta switch out that voice. I also didn't get that guy fired. Or expelled from the army.
It's true.
Somehow.
Well, kind of.
Cool.
I think there's only one way to get fired from the army at the moment, and that involves decapitation
Yeah.
or hanging.
Okay, Smoke hopefully finds his way back to the rest of the party and.
Yeah.
He steps out and was like, alright, how about that dragon's milk?
Oh yes, I almost forgot about that. Smoke takes off his hat.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Smoke would probably have some sort of little cup or something in
They
it.
have some small jars
Yeah.
and bottles.
I hand it to him. I take one myself. I show him. Smoke shows him that. But says, "Look, all you gotta do is." Oh wait, hang on. All you've got to do is dip the cup into the hat.
Whoa!
It's
I knew you were a cat, but are you a wizard too?
maybe I am.
He lurches forward and dips it.
Just sort of
Now.
magic.
This is very potent stuff.
I can handle it and starts drinking it.
The freshest you'll ever see.
Can really taste the dragon.
Do you feel strong?
Yeah!
Do you feel mighty?
Yeah!
And then Smoke downs it, his one as well, and just clinks the glass, and like,
I'm gonna go try and get to the front lines, and he turns and starts marching. So he puts on the hat and just like, looks around and then tries to find the rest of the party. Yep.
At least we'll get sectioned out now.
Roll an investigation.
Alright.
I probably tried to get away from the
Silver Sword?
Yeah,
Yeah,
as fast as possible. I'm not hanging around in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Investigation
We
1.
probably saw Smoke leave and just
Natural
sort of that direction.
1. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Can't find him anywhere.
Alright.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's been taking his time.
Who cares?
No.
I assume that was perception to find him.
Investigation. Either way.
Yeah, just do a perception, see if you see him wandering
Either way,
around
it's a
aimlessly.
7.
No. Wait.
14.
It would be amazing if he got
Hi,
his
mate.
picture to
You don't see smoke, but you just see this line of slight disruption going through the crowds.
That seems right,
the
yeah.
guy going towards the front.
Yeah.
No, Tom.
We didn't even know him, but Torb!
After a
No!
little while, you see the gate open and close.
Oh, he's gone.
I think Smoke's gone out the front of the gate.
Surely he wouldn't. Actually, no, he may have.
I would believe it. I guess.
I feel we can't even call out his name.
No.
Alright, we're gonna go.
Smoke signals, I guess.
We're gonna
Rain from somewhere.
we're gonna go up and we're gonna ask the god stuff. Hey, did you see a tabaxi run through here?
You just wait for someone to say, "It's Tabachi!"
Do I ask some people that don't know you got someone who's like, yeah, I sent him off with Torb not long ago.
Didn't go through the gate.
I sent him back to get his insignia. You're with him, are you?
I said gate stuff. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yes.
The way away from the gate.
Well, look.
He's not registered as far as I could tell. He's not welcome past here.
Okay. Who? Okay. Interesting.
We'll have a look from further away then.
Yeah, I guess. He's not through the gate.
I mean, I rolled a
Keep
check,
on
but I
looking.
know he's not further away, so
Yeah.
I did.
That was a nat 20.
I'm looking.
What would Smoke be doing as he's wandering through the crowd?
What would Smoke would be
Wasted in that
talking
20.
to, or Smoke would be talking to them about Eldath.
Yeah, espousing the manifesto.
These heavy times, these dark and hellish times, he'd be talking about Eldath and how much light. All of them. That whoever would listen.
Roll persuasion for me.
Okay, cool.
And not even with disadvantage for a change. Oh my god.
I mean, some more time. They need all the faith they can get.
Just a casual 27.
Yeah.
You realise the reason none of you can see Smoke is there seems to be a group of soldiers have gathered around him. They seem to talk about Eldath.
He's over there.
And I'm assuming I'm on some sort of raised platform.
He's on a soapbox.
Just a mound of dirt.
Yeah.
Very appropriate.
Eldath is making it raise up higher and higher.
Yes.
If I didn't believe that we needed to stick together so strongly, I would feel inclined to leave him there.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, there's probably at least, 4 imps chasing us around at the minute?
Probably, I don't
Like,
know.
one for each of
I
us.
look around, I don't think there are.
So does that mean we shouldn't cut down trees to build our houses?
Well, no. By cutting down trees, you are cutting down Eldath.
Oh. Does that mean we should build them out of stone instead?
That seems like a mighty fine idea.
But isn't stone from the earth too, like Eldath?
Well, There are other gods who have domain and dominion over stone. I don't think she really minds about that. And stone is mighty impregnable.
Well, what about hunting and killing to eat? Killing Eldast creatures?
Well, you raise a good point. Smoke just ponders.
I don't think he can hear us. I'll see us. I'll start calling out.
Smoke! Oh, Smoke! You were the one who said we shouldn't do that.
Oh yeah.
You see this during the crowd, and the general comes running up. Where?
Him's there. We need to speak to him.
Where's the smoke, fool?
No, his name is Smoke. It's very confusing.
Apologies for your time.
Fuck's sake.
And do I notice?
You notice the general concern of the crowd.
Look,
While you're pondering.
this is one of my latest disciples. Welcome.
What?
Welcome, my good friend, Professor.
Hi.
I start clapping, funny.
I walk up and stand up next to him.
What
Hi.
has Eldast taught you then?
Yeah.
Nothing Mistra has. Mistra is the better goddess. She controls the weave and therefore all magic within the world. Sure, nature is good, but magic is better.
Smoke puts a hand over his
I'm just
nose.
gonna walk up.
You see one of the generals who's gathered around you with 3 small gold stars on the shoulder. You need to get your disciples in line. That's no way to handle them.
Everyone, please. Seriously. You're all allowed to have different faiths. As far as we know, any god could potentially exist. I mean,
Except
certainly the Traveller does.
you don't worship Tiamat though.
Yes, obviously. The ones that are in good faith, shall we say. But even then, you are always free to walk your own path. But then, as much, you will also have to face the consequences of such as well. Keep that in mind. But otherwise, I'm just going to drag the two of them. I think we'll be off. Good day to you all.
Eldar forever!
To be fair, Mistra's only like about 100 years old, so
One more persuasion for me.
One more? Yeah, why not?
Raz is suitably impressed.
Natural one, of course.
With just everything that's going down, it's like a natural one. I was wondering how we were going to fuck up today, and this seems like a suitable way.
So as you start marching up through the crowd, you hear a few people chanting, Eldaf, Eldaf, Eldaf. You've got some converts.
There's not many of
It helps keep them sane through these trying times, I guess.
Well, I suppose.
So eventually you
Until the
leave
forest burnt down.
the back lines. And you're back in that upper city, which is fairly quiet, other than a few small patrols, usually of 2-3 guards at most.
yeah. Well, while we're refreshed, should we go sort something else out?
Bank?
Yes.
I've had my fun.
Monetary funds, yes.
Yeah, I agree with that idea. Because, look, as insofar as it's a bag of holding, it's still 4,500 pieces of copper.
Yeah.
It's a few
Taking a
more.
lot of the space.
Yeah, it's a few more than I'd like to be counting around.
And generally, it'd probably be wise not to have all our funds in one place in case they were stolen.
How have I not thought of that beforehand?
How have you...
How did Rose not think of that
By
beforehand?
the way, you notice that the bag's just mysteriously gone.
Wait.
You have been adventuring for so long. Surely you would know not to keep all of your possessions all in one place.
I keep all of everyone else's possessions in one place as well.
We could always store it in my house.
We do have a house now. Like a proper house that isn't falling apart.
Big boy's house.
Do we get interest?
I mean, so it's
In the
mine.
bank.
But
As you deposit enough, you start
Wait, what?
getting some dividends.
what? I have a house. Of course I have a house.
What?
I live in the city.
Oh yes, it's a professor.
Why is this news to me?
I never thought I had to explain that I owned a house.
I just look at Smoke and it's like, have you ever owned a house?
I've never even. What is a house?
Well, I don't know what I expected.
I lived in the woods. I lived in an orphanage. It's a house kind of like an. Well, of course I've seen a house before.
You've been in several.
Well then, yes.
Look, in any case, there is potential to eventually maybe earn interest, which means that we gain more money by letting it sit in a bank.
Who do you normally bank with?
I don't.
I literally travel. I've been traveling as a nomad for the last 10 years and trying not to stay in one place long
Don't you
enough.
have 10,000 gold pieces somewhere?
Oh, that's being managed by someone else. That's not my problem right now.
Put it this way, Professor. Not a one of us has lived in a city for more than, say, 2 years in our adult lives.
Yeah, I mean, I've lived in various cities. Just I prefer not to stay in any place more than a few months, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been hard enough staying in one place for so long.
Yeah.
So.
Last 10 years, I've mostly just bordered in inns up and down the Sword Coast, so, house ownership, not exactly a priority.
Didn't have tenure.
Okay.
Where would the best place to bank in Baldur's Gate be?
A lot of debate between the Dragon's Hoard and the Goblin's Choice.
So,
Do you know which one my 10,000 is sitting in?
I do, you don't.
which one were the two ones locals would use?
The two ones the nobles would use.
Well, a Dragon's Hoard or Goblin's Choice would be one of your best two pets.
Dragon's Hoard sounds like it might be run by outside sources, Waterdeep, I suspect, so...
Okay.
Don't you know?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
In Waterdeep they call their gold dragons.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Hadn't thought of that.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a while since I've been.
But in which case that means it's probably Lord Alliance funded, which means that perhaps...
Slightly more.
Dragons are normally quite meticulous, though.
And also, well, what's the looking for? More far-reaching. Be able to access our funds from further away.
Can I make just a random history check on banks?
Yeah, right. This is
Such an important part of D&D.
That's a 2!
this is.
You've never really heard of these banks as such because
No.
they've changed a bit since when you were younger.
Oh, yeah, and even then when I was younger, why would I be caring about banks?
Yep. You had to go with your father sometimes, or went with your father walking around the city.
Do I know which location that particular one was in? Or do I have any remembrance of that?
You remember roughly the area it is.
The
You
dragon.
don't remember the name or anything.
Are they both in the same area?
Well, they're both in the upper district.
Did you have a dragon might account? Sorry, just for the old people there.
I remember that. Dolomites. You didn't get that? Okay, never mind.
Oh, no. When you're
Didn't do
older.
that.
I'll say I'm showing my young, apparently, despite the fact that I'm reasonably sure I'm older than you.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm older than you and I don't get that. The fuck?
They must have brought it back at some point.
Public, primary school in Adelaide, yeah.
Oh, primary school in Adelaide. Of course, I lived in the desert.
That was like,
Anyway, and so, Dragon's Hoard it is?
I guess. Let's go there.
It does sound like a reputable joint.
More reputable than Goblin's Choice, at any rate.
Reputable as banks go.
So, do you know where it is in the city?
Shoot, sorry.
Yes.
It's down near the. It's not too far away from where the mansion is.
Is it the place that I vaguely recall the location of? Or?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are. It's just conveniently near the mansion.
Not super close, but close enough.
Alright.
It looks vaguely familiar, I think. Might have a different name, but the architecture certainly rings a bell.
You can see the spires over the top of some of the other houses of the mansion, but it's probably a 10-minute walk.
Alright. Alright, we're gonna go in.
Let's go in.
I'm gonna walk up to the counter and I'm gonna say, good afternoon, evening, whatever time it's been.
Hello.
We would like to open up an account under the name the Dogs of M.E.R.C., and we would like to make a substantial deposit.
Oh, excellent.
Substantial by our standards.
So
I
you
have
got
no
your
idea what
papers
that
or
means.
insignia?
Smoke steps up.
Is this is this somehow similar to, say, an ATN or an ABN? Australian business?
ABM, yeah.
Proof of identity. If you're opening it up under a holding, it has to have proof of holding.
I'm going to go right ahead and assume that Clary's got that.
I do, but is it in the best interest to be in mine? I guess fine.
Well, I mean,
I
look,
can grab out my
genuinely-
cross-scroll of pedigree if necessary and show them.
We've got some half known spectacles whatsoever. You already have a family account here, ma'am. You don't need to open another.
Would it be possible to open a separate savings account for this particular group, though? Separate from the main family funds?
Oh, yes, of course, as soon as you provide the papers or insignia.
Oh, of course. We'll get onto that. In the meantime, they can go in the family reserves. We'll just keep track of who's who.
Perfect.
Very well. I can give you a ledger.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Gets out the bag and just goes, and here's the amount that we want to put into it. Tips upside down, holds it by the bottom. Copper! And
Yeah.
they were in bags. They were in bags, so the bags of copper just come plonking out. Silver, plonk, 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 plonk.
You see this bright blue eye sparkle with a combination of both despair and excitement at all this money.
Surely they have some kind of magical counter means, like, you know, coin counter type thing.
And you know what? And you know what? While I'm at it, gold, plonk, plonk, plonk.
He reaches under the counter and you hear a ding, and you see 4 goblins run out and start counting into piles.
Oh,
Goblin's choice.
I see.
I thought we went to the Dragon's Hall.
That's what I
They
thought
did.
too.
But I'm guessing maybe the goblins have unionized.
No. Forgive the impropriety, but if you have a family account, have you inherited?
I'm uncertain. From what I understood,
Well, now would be the chance to become certain.
yes.
Oh,
Can I see the ledger for my family account, please?
Oh, yes, certainly.
and Raz has a flashbulb moment and snatches up one of the sachets of gold. It's like, that was supposed to be mine.
Very well. He rings a bell again, and a
Smoke notices.
hobgoblin comes running out and he speaks to him, turns and walks off, and about 5 minutes later comes back with a ledger.
What's on it?
Brenner, flipping through. Turns around and shows you there was a very hefty sum of gold at the beginning. You see there was about 150,000 gold. You see it sort of build up to about 270,000 over time, and then you see it stagnate for a while, and then you see it a stamp underneath that which says it's claimed by the city.
Yeah.
And then you see from a couple of days ago 10,000 deposited and another 320 since.
Wait, I didn't say this.
No.
It's the first one signed off by the Duke Van Tampa of the 10,000, and the second one signed off by Gorda.
Yeah. Okay.
He does do banking.
We got it now.
He never said he didn't.
Call around his lie.
I'm not really writing this down.
Oh? I mean, okay. Oh, right, because...
Actually, no, never mind, because that's technically personal family funds.
Yeah, I figured that was probably not information for me.
Actually, for the moment, can we just make sure... Is there any paperwork they have to go through to make sure that my friend here, Raz, has access to the accounts?
Oh, yes, that will take days.
Ah, wonderful.
Oh, we've got
I
days.
expected as much, but...
It would probably be faster to get your documents in order and open your group account
Link to it, fair
Alright.
enough.
Yeah, okay.
or transfer across.
Yes.
Just so that we're not running around in the dark, what documents are these that we need?
Guild papers, I presume.
Yes. You have to go to the state office and register as a guild. Pay your fees.
We should do that before the day ends.
Pay fees.
Give them your
Yes.
insignia.
Ah, yes. Pay
Get them to
fees.
design your badges.
Oh, I
down
do love role-playing.
Ah, yes.
Bureaucracy. Love it.
That's what you get for going to the upper city.
Yeah.
Well, don't you starting late? We should probably do that sooner rather than later.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for your time. I very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. That should be done in just moments.
I was going to say, enjoy your time with the coin. There's lots of it.
Oh, it's not my problem now. That's theirs.
I know. And they look like they're enjoying themselves.
They
Are they?
really are. Big grins on their faces. They're counting it into files.
So, what defences does this bank have? As I'm sure you're aware, there is a potential extraplanar threat.
Ah, yes, we do not discuss our defences.
Makes sense.
But do you have an
Very
insurance in case of such matters?
Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine.
It wasn't an answer.
Yes, it was.
So if you're sure you'll be fine, happy to sign a guarantee?
Certainly.
As soon as we get our papers in order, I'm sure.
Your
Yes.
account is guaranteed.
Perfect. Brilliant.
I'm aware of that.
We'll be off to get our...
Good idea. Forming paperwork and
One of the goblins comes up with a piece of paper that's counted out the gold deposited. Goes down. Writes it into the ledger, stamps it, and turns it around for you to sign.
Would I go ahead and sign that?
numbers
Very
correct.
well. Yes. Meticulously correct the whole way through this ledger.
Yes. So many numbers written here, it could be any of
He
them.
rings the bell again, and the hobgoblin comes shuffling out, takes the ledger, and heads back out. See you again soon, I hope.
I hope so. Thank you very
Tomorrow
much.
at the latest.
Of course.
Well, it depends how long the paperwork takes.
Exactly.
It's paperwork. It'll
Yeah.
take a while.
Yeah. Yeah. This...
So you head back out into the street.
Yep.
Money safely in the bank.
Man, my superiors always said that this part of guilding sucked, and I never understood why.
Hopefully Hawk's somewhere around.
Always.
Always.
Surely should not ask that question.
Yeah, I was gonna say, never need to ask that question.
I pull out some rations, a little bit of rations, and just offer it up to Hawk so you can have something.
Something to nibble on as we
Looks
walk.
down and starts pecking at it, landing on your shoulder.
I'm sorry, buddy. I treat you so bad.
He looks at you, probably a bit, and just nods.
He agrees.
You don't know what life is like.
Yeah, you do, you bastard. Oh, shit.
So where was it, the guild hall or something, or the main city hall? Where is it that we need to go to register? Is it
States
still-
up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ridiculous.
Bit of stay off.
I actually
Head
wrote something
office.
down.
Oh my god! Is it too late yet? Or are they still open?
Yeah, what time would it be?
It probably would be closed by now, or getting
Yeah.
pretty close to close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Do
Considering we started this at late afternoon.
Yeah, probably we got in like just the end
Yeah.
of the bank.
You think it's unusual for the bank to be open this late, but probably due to what's happening at the gates.
Yeah.
They're making sure there's access for a bit later.
Yeah.
Alright.
Maybe we go to the state office another day then.
Well, yeah. I mean, we clearly can't go tonight.
Yes, I'm just concerned
Maybe
that
we should try
having
to
the money
break it.
locked up in my account could be potentially problematic.
That's fine. We made that in, what, 4 days?
But do you not need to have your personal bank account above a certain amount?
True, I need to have over 10,000, but I'm talking about the separate guild amounts in case you can't access it at a point.
Just write us into your will.
Well,
Won't that also take days?
Also,
yes.
not necessarily
You're well.
implying that I'll be dead, just
I gesture
No.
vaguely towards the Black Dragon Gate.
I try to convert it to Eldas as she runs off towards the gate. Perhaps we can do it tomorrow first thing in the morning.
Yes, but also, Professor, out of the two of us, which one of us gets stabbed more?
Oh, you.
Precisely. So who's dying first?
Well, from what you said before, you're the one
Oh,
who always
right.
survives, and
Oh, you're right.
you don't seem to get killed by all these stabbings.
Huh.
I think it's because you're partially not there.
Whoa.
Well, you're partially air.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
look. The thing is, I am likely to be called away at some point. I mean, it already happened once for a time. I mean, just for a short while, but who knows how long it might be in the future. There
So I've dipped my cloak.
sometimes things that I can't necessarily control about my circumstances, which is strange for being a cleric of one who entirely represents the whole idea of free choice, but that is beside the point.
Free choice, not being in control. How different are they really?
Well, I mean, I'm still making a decision. It's
Exactly.
just that.
Probably.
You know, the alternative, I don't really want to think about what would happen if I angered someone like him. I mean, I call him a dick, but you know,
Oh, I mean,
he is a dick.
I'll say, yeah, best as I can tell, it's because he's a dick.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Why do you worship him?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh boy, that's a long story.
Right. One.
Basically, it seemed like the least sort of theologically restrictive out of all of them, and given that both my parents are paladins and everything.
But when there wasn't a family thing?
Oh no, they said that I needed to join the religion. They just never actually specified which one, and they really should have. They just implied it.
Have you not thought of converting to a different religion?
Oh,
If you talk about Eldath again, Smoke, I swear to whatever God's
no,
up there.
why would I?
I turn around
mean,
stealthily.
despite everything else, I mean, it's certainly been an interesting adventure so far, but that is life, I guess, and being able to walk this path and help others. I mean, it's not necessarily guiding others. I mean, it's more guiding others to a path rather than forcing them to change it. Smoke. Let's just put it that way. And it's nice to know that it is possible for one to have influence on other people's lives, but to allow them to have the agency to control their own destinies and to make their own decisions.
I am madly Smoke is like got some sort of, I don't know, note like with the charcoal, is trying to madly take down notes while she's speaking, thinking like Clary is just amazing and feels like she's got so much to teach him. So
Please,
Smoke
convert.
Yes.
Smoke is gonna like start creating like a little notebook of sorts to refer to when possibly comes.
Also, we do have some things to thank him for. I mean,
after all, Rouge, Changeling and all that. From what I've heard, there's not that much information about the Traveller out there, but it is rumoured that since the Traveller can be anyone and anything at any time or place, there is potential that he is also the creator of said changelings.
That does sound like an awful familiar ability.
Yes.
Huh.
So you're all gathered out at the front of the bank. You see night starting to fall now. People are starting to close up their businesses.
Should we, I'm not sure if we should do this now, but it is weighing on my conscience slightly. Should we seek this vampire out?
Well, what information do we have about it? Because this, in
Other
the
than
last
it's
few
here.
hours, is the first time I've heard about it, and it would be nice to have been informed earlier, I must add.
Well, didn't
Inform me about everything else. A lot happened, okay? It was a lot.
Okay.
Didn't a small humanoid creature tell us something about a vampire?
Yes, they said that there was one in town.
In the city.
Well
That's the
then,
information
which is-
we got out.
We've got a starting point then.
I've heard others speak.
The town.
Ah, yes, it stayed in the city.
So, you said you have had an encounter with it before.
Yes.
Do you have any inkling as to its plans since being released from wherever it was?
No.
If it was
None whatsoever. Oh,
didn't-
brilliant!
it
So
didn't-
we're literally looking for a sort of figurative blood-sucking needle in a haystack that is this awful city. Oh, actually, wait, didn't they say it was in the docks or something last
Yes.
night?
I would assume if it's been trapped for any time, probably has to regain strength.
So basically, we're looking for a mosquito in a swamp, yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Well, we looked for the cultists and it
Yes.
took us, what,
No,
a couple of
it's
hours and they
okay.
tried to stab us?
We have. They successfully stabbed us. We have one piece of information going for us that if caught out, it likes to masquerade as an old woman. Although apparently, according to the people that spoke to us before, it also likes to masquerade as a beautiful young woman with
Well,
long black hair. So
When we saw that form, it sort of looked like this. Like these
minor illusion, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
The old woman, yeah.
Well, but the old and then the young, yeah.
You recognise the old woman as a flower seller down in the docks.
Well,
You used to go with your mother there when you were younger. She's not
I remember
younger,
her.
but she's quite old now.
oh, I see.
She used to sell flowers at the docks when
Oh,
I was a child.
Be good colour. Oh.
I'm noticing a theme
Did you
here.
purchase them during the day?
Yes.
Well, yes, that's when flower sellers are open.
Perhaps she's copying someone down.
Oh, not an original vampire, perhaps? That's how they
Or
work.
perhaps has been turned.
Yeah, a thrall of some description.
Well, hopefully.
Is that how it works? Do thralls get the fangy boys?
I don't actually, I rolled an
I
8.
understand what language that was.
Yes.
It was something.
I got a 15 on my Arcana check.
For
Vampires, do vampires.
Do vampire thralls get the blood-sucky teeth or no?
That's how vampires talk from now on. Canon, remember it.
I'm pretty sure they do.
I think that
they start developing them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Well, yes, they start developing.
A very old vampire thrall, possibly?
I think until their master's destroyed, they're still on a thrall.
Ooh, there's an interesting thought. Well, anyway, I guess that's all we have to go on, and there's almost certainly no point in looking into it tonight.
Yes,
Oh,
I
we
mean,
need-
I've never actually encountered a vampire before.
Oh, if they're active at night,
Well, no, neither have we, technically.
it's like you don't fish for nocturnal fish during the day. Also, I'm told.
Right, but at the same time, I'm looking at Smoke over there, and I'm pretty sure that his bags have developed bags. I don't know what he did in the time he was gone, but he looks pretty...
It's unlikely he used all his magic reserves.
It's
He
unlikely,
was only gone 10 minutes, if that.
but it's also Smoke.
What were you
What did you do while you were
What'd you get up
away?
to?
I just went to saw how some professionals healed people. And
Healed people?
I feel like I learned a lot.
Healed people. How many people?
Well, they must have healed I don't know how many there were in the tent, but
There were quite a few in the tent. You would have used all your spell slots.
Yeah.
However many that would heal.
well, the healers they healed a
Okay.
lot.
Yes. They healed. How much did you do?
Well, I'm not that great with numbers.
Okay.
I sort of stopped counting after like 7.
Could you do any more?
Well, right now
Yes.
I do over here.
With your magic. Smoke.
Smoke just runs off in it.
Why is this come back, Smoke? It's a very virtuous thing that you've done, but really you should rest.
Especially if we're going off to fight a vampire.
You've healed many of the city's defenders, if that's true. That's something to be proud of.
It is. It's something to be very proud of. Until you almost got us killed while we went hunting off vampires and you didn't have any ability to heal.
Well, if that's such a
There's
good
only so much that I can do either. I need you around and at your full capabilities, Smoke.
well then, I better rest.
Yes.
I suppose if you do rest now, then it will still be at 2 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. We got a solid 4 or more hours to search.
Drunken people down at the dock at 2 a.m.
Now that sounds like a fertile hunting ground. That's an awful way of putting that.
Otherwise, you can also have a look around during the day to see if said flower seller is still there.
With a brand new parasol, perhaps.
Very thick one.
Very thick one.
What?
Keeps us up.
Parasol?
Yes, what about it?
Like an umbrella?
Yes, I know what it is, but why?
A vampire would need one if
They
it's
don't
going
like
out
the
the day.
sun.
Oh, of course.
Or,
Sorry.
or running water for that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Makes it very odd that it's hanging out. Never mind.
Yeah, but flower seller, who is a vampire.
At the
But the
docks.
harbour, it's not really like quick running water.
No, but even still, you're having to pour a lot of water onto the flowers. Have to be very,
must admit-
very careful.
I will be
Monster hunting theory, everybody.
interested to learn more.
Indeed.
I'll make a decoction. I'll get my sign ready.
Let us assume that
Pull my silver sword.
Decoction.
Let us assume that conversation was happening on the way to
Hang on,
Yes.
Totally fine.
You get back at the manor.
Yes.
Now night time. See a lot of street lanterns are lit and a couple of lights on inside the building where quarters obviously been recently.
And the barrier doesn't
Please
even
ignore
come
my
down.
Witcher references.
So it does as you walk through it, just automatically goes and
Back up.
closes as you go through.
Okay. Like, I assume form fitting.
No, just drops it for a minute. And,
Well,
I check to make sure no imps have followed us in.
investigation or perception.
I don't know which one that's going to be. 12.
You catch a bit of movement in a nearby tree and look up and just see a bat sort of fly out of it. Looking around, you don't see any imps, but you wouldn't expect to either, and there's no real way to know.
Well,
I'm sure casting detect magic or something.
or having them within
I
my
could
blind
cast
sight.
it. We're about to have a restaurant. I could just cast
Nothing
Detect
really pops up.
Magic.
correct. You could.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's cast
so.
Detect Magic.
Yeah.
Because we're about to rest again, so
Yeah.
I'll just do it as a spell.
Yeah, you cast it and a huge purple dome appears in front of you around the house. Other than that, you don't detect anything.
Brilliant.
Other than a glow from the professor's ear.
Okay.
The what?
Professor's ear.
Also probably
Professor's
from
ear.
here, just
And my
in
hat.
general.
Yeah.
And my
And-
sword.
And the top of my... And the crystal on the top of my quarterstaff.
So basically like glow in the dark, almost glow in the dark.
Yeah,
As far as the technology is
Right.
concerned, we are Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Neat.
Well, that's great if anyone wants to find us.
And also has Detect Magic.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
what have I done?
Yeah. Any paladin. Oh.
So you step inside, you feel the barrier suture around you, and you are now inside the ground.
Head back
And then go
inside.
to sleep peace.
Yep. So you head in, and Gorda's standing there waiting for you.
Yes,
Well,
order.
how'd you all go?
Handed in ears to Captain Zodge.
Good.
What else did we do? Bloody hell.
I got a healer's kit.
He got a healer's kit.
Converted a few people to the ways of Eldath.
He did that too. Opened a bank account. Well, started opening a bank account in the name of the Dogs of M.E.R.C.Y. Put
yes, good idea.
put all the money that we made
But
into
first,
Clary's account
we
first.
need to get the proper paperwork to set ourselves up as a guild.
Got to handle the bureaucracy.
You haven't done that yet.
No,
Well, no.
Yeah, that's probably
state-
my job, isn't it? Shit.
definitely. At this point.
We should have the
Alright.
money.
I'll get it sorted.
Oh, and Smoke got you this.
But,
Bowl of milk.
oh right, I forgot about those.
The fuck is that?
Milk.
Is that separate from the...
Yes, yes it is.
Don't tell me that is all you fucking brought me back.
You do realise that we still have free drinks.
At the
over at the Low Lantern, right?
Yes, you do remember what happened last time I took advantage of that, right? Not really welcome there anymore. Besides, the new proprietor's there now.
Oh, really?
Oh,
What happened to the old one?
And apparently just filling in.
Oh. So we've lost our free drinks. Well, actually, do we still have the paperwork?
Well, I'm good.
I'm sure we got
hope so.
something signed. I remember.
I think we did, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'll be alright, but I've still got my picture up.
Do you have a picture of almost every pub in town at this point, I feel like?
Oh,
I
no.
don't think it's almost anymore.
I was going to say in the docks, maybe.
Oh, no, it would be
Can you just
everywhere.
describe him again for me? Because I don't think I've got a full description since I've been playing.
Yes, so he's a very short, stout dwarf with sort of dark, sandy hair, with a scar that runs down the side of his face, very flattened nose.
Smoke, do you think if you came across a portrait of our friend here, you could take that charcoal of yours and darken the hair up to being full black? Give him a
Can't get
lot
the
grander
rest of it.
beard, larger eyebrows, so the portrait didn't look like him.
I think the bartenders will remember. By God, will they remember?
So might have found out.
What did you do?
That's none of your concern.
Only serves to make me more concerned, but okay.
We only see, where have we got the name?
Who?
Cassie's character,
Salvaran.
Salvoran. She could probably tell us a few times.
As soon as she's not unconscious at the Old Faith
Oh,
Church.
I'm sure she's already picked herself up and is back to drinking again anyway somewhere.
We can hope, yeah.
Well,
We
but
can go
if she,
check in at some point, yeah.
I mean, if she was unconscious in an All-Faith church, surely she would have been resuscitated or revived in some way, in some form.
One would hope.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
I'll say they've almost got no reason to do anything else.
I'm not sure if I've ever heard mention of this person, and I've been with you for days, and so whatever happened, they should be fine by now.
She was with us for what? 2 days, a day?
Yeah, very short period of time.
With you for much longer, but
yeah,
the rest of
a
us.
couple of months with me, but otherwise no.
In any case, we do need to check in with her at some point. Just
Oh yes, of course.
Oh, she's probably run off on another one of her adventures.
probably
She'll be back when she's finished with it.
probably after the vampire business. Really, just check in on everything.
Although, I mean, if she's left the city at this point, good luck getting back in, but hopefully she's still in the city somewhere.
Probably swimming about. You can't keep her out of the water.
Or otherwise the drink. Am I allowed to make that
That's
joke?
my
I think
own
I'm allowed to make that joke.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Which reminds me, where the fuck is it? You didn't bring me anything. Honestly, out all day.
Accurate.
Not a thing.
Correct.
Well, the thing is, the pub that we went to was actually being turned into quartermasters.
Oh, well, in that case, go to another pub.
And the other pub that we went to got turned into a bank, if I remember rightly. So there's that.
And find a third one.
I like to message Raz and go, did we get him a flower?
Last I checked, if I remember rightly, those were supposed to be used for restoring a woman's sight. Which, if I remember rightly, wasn't there somebody at the academy?
Yes.
No, yes.
That's still
that
another
place
day
dealing.
I wasn't
or two.
familiar with all the details.
I think that's tomorrow that we can deal with that one from memory.
Yeah.
It's
So in
3
fairness,
days.
so in fairness, I probably shouldn't have given away one of those flowers.
Yes.
Very fair. Exceedingly rare and valuable.
Yeah, just like yes.
So I hope you
Oh
enjoyed it.
my
You
goodness.
better have.
What should I better have done?
No.
Nothing for
Blake
you to
talking.
worry about, Smoke.
Okay.
Well, if you haven't bought me anything, go and get some sleep so you can get up nice and early and go and get me something.
So, yes, should we get ready to head off in the AM?
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
like a good plan.
Yeah. I'll levitate up the stairs because I haven't used it today. Instead of taking the stairs, it'll just jump flipped up to the balcony.
So you're going to Mary Poppins it up.
Let's do that.
So you won't be able to use it later.
I like it. Well, no, I'll be able to use it after a long rest. Which we're going to have.
Unless something stops you.
Shush you. Stop attacking me with your logic and facts.
That's the one good thing about True North. It's every sunrise. So.
Oh, yes.
So you all head off, get ready, have a bit of a rest.
Yeah.
Before I do that, I just want to I don't know, go upstairs, have a look through windows, and just have a look around and see if there might be a good spot to set up a grove or shrine to Eldath, and then just go to sleep.
Probably also actually doff armor for a change because I don't think I've taken that off for like a week. It's been a while.
I got repaired yesterday.
It's true, but I didn't have to take it off for that.
It's very overgrown in the art, but you think that'd definitely be, once you go through and have a good look through the art, you'll find somewhere for it, definitely.
Before I go to sleep, I'd like to do Unseen Servants and set it to not yard work, because I know there's a cleric of Eldath out there, but needing, tidying the path up, the windows. It's only going to last an hour, but
Probably the biggest thing at the moment is just dusting. There's dust everything. Everything's in good condition. It just needs to be cleaned, scrubbed, polished.
Every time Raz walks past the
it's about the looks from outside.
Sorry?
It's about the looks from outside.
Okay, so it's on the outside.
I know we have to keep it to a certain level of cleanliness, so
Cool.
we want to make it look like we've made a start.
Yeah. So you said to clean
Case
the
give
windows.
us 3 days notice for a home inspection. Not bitter.
Not bitter.
So you will see cobwebs just start disappearing around the windows as you settle in.
Ooh, fancy.
And you all settle in for the night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready for a vampire hunt in the early AM?
Yes.
And that's where we'll leave it.
Alright, I'll play
Thanks
the
everyone for
character.
dropping by. Come back next week to see if anyone manages to survive.
We won't.
Good luck.
I mean, not
everyone.
unless you're clever about it, let's face it.
So, we'll quit.
Don't forget to join us Thursday for Star Wars. Back here next Monday for Prince of the Apocalypse, where we do specialise in kicking bird people in the nuts.
And then on Tuesday, the bird people have revenge with the geese game.
Ooh, yes. The Untitled...
Well,
Game.
no,
Untitled Goblin?
inspired by. It's on. It's on our Facebook, so
Yes.
as always, check our Facebook.
Exclamation Facebook. That is where you can find it. For example.
For example.
But no, it should be good fun.
Alright, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you all very soon.